Hey there, Scare fans, and welcome to the second story of our Tales of Terror and Damnation. I am Tyler, Eldritch Echoes Online, and I will be your keeper and master of the macabre for these tales. We are Vorpal Tales, and we have a variety of terrifying tales and awesome adventures we play every week, Sunday to Friday, all at 9 p.m. Eastern. Our other terrifying tales are Kimchi's Chilling Chronicles on Thursdays, currently playing Black Void by Modifius, and our Chronicle of Darkness, No Time for Reality, run by me on the Onyx Path Publishing channel on Tuesdays. We also have awesome adventures for the less scary types on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Check out our calendar for more. You can find us on almost all social media platforms by looking up Vorpal Tales. You can also find us by looking up our name on YouTube, Twitch, and soon, all your favorite podcast platforms. Also, visit our website, vorpaltales.com, the hub of everything, for all the links and all the stuff, including joining our Discord if you want to come hang out. Special thanks tonight to Astral Tabletop, who make the virtual tabletop we use for all of our games, and to my brother at N8 MIDD for most of our custom Astral character sheets that you can use too if you use their virtual tabletop. And thanks to Chaosium for providing Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition. Special music thanks for this story to the Dark Somnium Ronnie Dickinson. Make sure you check out his music channel and his Creepypasta channel on YouTube, along with Vivek Abhishek and Mew, also both Creepypasta music artists. Check them out on all of their platforms. Seekers of Carcosa, including our new cast member straight from Changeling to Dreaming on Onyx Path. Please tell the audience who you are and what role you'll be filling in this terrifying tale.
Hello, my name is Rachel. I'm really excited to be here. Nervous, but excited. I hope you guys like me. I will be playing, I haven't decided on a name yet. I was decide that last, but she is going to be a novitiate, so someone who has started the process to becoming a nun, but isn't quite there yet.
I'm Eric, at Maroon Recluse on Twitter. I'll be playing Barnabas Shaw, the pretentious horror author.
Hello, I am Steve. You can find me on the internet as Voodoo Arcade, and I will be playing Aubrey, no last name currently, a security guard.
Hey everybody, I'm Ever. My pronouns are they, them, and you can find me all over the internet as Changeling Ever. Tonight, I'm going to be playing Dr. Layla Safir Farouk. She's a psychiatrist. Yes. And her pronouns are she and her.
Hello, my name is Snipes. You can find me at Snipes262 everywhere on the internet. And I'll be playing Joshua Jones, the Merchant Marine.
Excellent.
I like the alliteration.
Yeah.
And now we're going to make characters live. Our last game was Pulp Cthulhu, so for anyone who watched that, we're playing Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition this time, which is basically just like Pulp Cthulhu, except they die and go crazy more. Otherwise, it's pretty much almost exactly the same. Less hit points, less mechanics for staying alive, less damage done by the players. Also, this will be a modern adventure of our own design. Once we're done with, you may be able to find on Miskatonic repository on DriveThruRPG in a couple months. This will be a modern adventure set in the modern age in the state of Michigan, in one of the most isolated islands in the Great Lakes. With that information in mind, as I was asked earlier, point, buy, or roll, we're going to break out the dice, Steven. We're going to start with you.
With me? Oh no.
Hey.
You're on the top of my screen.
Okay. All right.
If this goes poorly, we can dive back into point, buy.
All right, fair enough.
May the winds be ever in your favor.
I hope so. Okay, it's been a hot minute since I have live created a Call of Cthulhu character.
It's going to be 3d6 to start, which you're going to need to roll 5 times.
3d6 5 times.
Now, for the rest of you and for Steve, you don't have to do this in order. That's silly. I'm going to have you roll them out and then place them how you want, and I'll modify anything that's too low.
Okay, so 3d6. Here we go. 3d6. Okay.
What's your start? It's a good reaction.
9. Perfectly average.
Perfectly average. So you're going to multiply each of these by 5 for the totals. That's a 45.
Ever, can you do me a favor and write these down for me?
Say what? Writing things down?
Yeah, I've got too many
Come on.
things and not enough screens.
Too many things, not enough screens.
Ever's like, how does the 45 make you feel?
Just like I'm just average at things. Like not good, but I'm not bad at it.
So, was that your first number,
My first number was
45?
a 45. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
4 more.
A 3.
Okay, re-roll that. Snake eyes are not allowed.
Oh.
Oh,
You're very kind. 9.
Okay.
So another 45.
Oh,
14.
hey, that's good. That's
Ooh,
better.
nice. That's a good one.
Times 5, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Be
it's
90.
90.
70. Wait. 70. Eric can do the math. We should not do math, Steve.
We're not smart people. Okay. 35.
Ooh. Well, maybe we'll keep that. We'll see.
30.
So that's 5. So kill the 30 and try again. Too much on the low side.
50.
50.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. So those are strength, con, dex, appearance, and power.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone who isn't familiar, strength is what you think it is. Might and how hard you hit goes into the calculation for speed and hit points and other things. Con, how much damage you can take, how hard you are. Again, calculation for hit points. Dex is agility, grace and finesse. Appearance applies to social roles. And power is your willpower stat, your magic point stat should you delve into magic, and how much sanity you'll have. Once you get those assigned, Steve, let me know and we'll move on to the next.
Okay. Okay, definitely gonna do.
And while you start assigning, we're going to move on to Rachel's roll.
Okay.
Oh, me?
Yep.
Yeah. Roll them
Okay.
bones.
would you like me to write yours down too?
No. I actually, I think I'm just gonna just go right down the line, and
Oh,
you guys
nice.
are gonna give me what they're gonna give me.
Oh no.
Nice. Bold.
Okay,
You
so-
have it in your favor.
So for how much have you used Astral? I'm not sure.
I am in another live play, Scarred Lands.
Oh, right, because Travis uses it. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
It's
know
a
how
lot
to
of
roll
fun.
dice. Then you don't need me. Good start.
Okay, so that's 55.
Yep.
Just strong none. Not that strong. And then...
Ooh, there's a good one.
And we just established that's 70.
Yep.
Is that for Constitution?
Is that the next one in order? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's a hail none right there, boy.
In living. So it'd be 65?
Yep.
Stress.
9.
45 appearance.
Wow.
That's fine. Vanity's sin.
Oh. Sorry.
And a 45 for power.
Okay. And that's all of them?
Yep. Well, that's all the ones we're doing in the first round. Yeah.
Okay.
Where'd you put yours, Steve? Are you still doing it?
Nope, I'm done.
Tell us where you put them.
Strength is 70. Con is 50. Dex is 45. appearance 35, and power 45.
All right. Let's do Jared next.
Okay.
Would you like us to track them, or are you just going to be brave and put them in order?
I'm gonna be brave.
Now,
We're gonna take life by the horns here, fellas.
Or not, if you get to 20 strength.
True. Here's my first one. Okay. 6. Boom.
That is a
30.
that's a 30.
It's a 30 strength.
That's terrible. Aren't you a Marine that apparently has no strength? Interesting. Second, 7.
35.
Jesus. All right. 35.
If you wish to switch to arranging, you can at the end.
Okay.
You're not rolling the right dice.
Oh, is he not? Is that the problem?
You clicked on the D20. What you want to do is
Oh,
click
okay.
the 6-sided dice 3 times and then hit enter.
Oh.
Or click.
Oh, you
click.
can also type. There's a command.
Yep. Yep.
So hit the 6-sided dice 3 times, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just hit enter. That's one way to do
it. Copy paste that, Jared, from the Discord.
There you go.
Okay. That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's pretty easy. Oh, come on. Don't mind my special slowness here.
I was like, how's it getting such low scores? I'm like, oh, you rolled a D20 and you rolled abysmally low. And that's still not good, but
And he
that's
still got a
35.
7. That's okay. That's 35 for your strength. Go again.
Same thing. 3d7, 3d6.
Yep.
Jeez.
Oh,
Ooh, I got a
there's a
big
good
gain.
Constitution.
Hey, all right.
That is a 75 Constitution.
Okay, give me a minute. So 75. Do it again.
Yep.
And
Is it 50 dex?
oh, that's definitely a unique merchant here. 12.
There's a 60 appearance. You are handsome, rugged.
I am very rugged. So 60 appearance.
And one more time for this round.
Paste. 7.
35.
35 power.
Wow.
You're going mad first. Okay,
Damn.
on to Eric.
All right. Let's see here.
You
I'm
gonna
gonna do
arrange
the
or go in
arranging
order?
because
Okay.
I don't have very good luck
No.
when it comes to this. So
You do not.
anybody here can attest.
So
Hey, there's
just-
40.
So just for everyone to know, I actually went back and just put mine in the order that I rolled them because I think that's kind of fun. And
What did that make it?
strength 45, con 45, dex 70, appearance 35, power 50.
Okay.
Wow, not bad. All right.
You're a quick guard, just not a strong guard.
Exactly.
Pretty.
Oh,
Ooh, nice.
nice.
I think it's an 80.
Yep.
Ooh.
All right. Oh,
Oh.
And
Nice.
oh!
Eric is on fire.
Awesome.
appearance
There it
45.
goes.
Got a 45. Power of 55. I guess if I
Well, you
kept
don't
it in that order. Anyway.
Right. Are you going to leave him in that order?
No, I want a decent intelligence and power.
These
Perhaps.
are only the first 5. These are only physical and appearance so far. We haven't got to
Oh, okay.
intelligence. So this
Okay, got
is
it.
strength, con, dex, appearance, and power. We've not got to yet.
Oh, okay. He's an author, so he's probably not going to be fighting too much. So I'll. Okay, I'm going to start arranging them right now.
Okay. Ever.
Hello.
3d6 5 times.
Yeah. 7.
That is a 35. You can arrange or go in order. It's up to you. I recommend arrange.
I'm gonna arrange. You know,
I am
not
not
like
a
it's
bold
important for
person.
a
These five are-
psychiatrist.
These 5 are not as important for you now. Well, power is. That's the one I would put high. You do the others.
Oh, wow.
That's 40.
Eh.
You kind of quiet.
Ooh, Yukon, my goodness. He agrees with me on the scores.
That's
12.
60.
He's literally, he'll jump at anything. I'm gonna.
What? How did I roll
Nope,
3
re-roll that.
ones?
No snake eyes.
Eh. Oh.
Nope. Try again. Still too low for me. I don't like anything under 6. Take a 50.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Wow.
3. Okay, 2 more.
14.
That is a 70. Wait, was that 5? 7, 8, 12, 10, 14.
Oh,
I
yep,
was wrong.
it's
That was
5.
5. You're good. Yep. Eric, where'd you put yours?
I have a 40 strength, 80 constitution, 45 dexterity, 55 appearance, and 85 power.
Yeah, that's how you do that.
Wow.
Got a magnetic personality.
How do you want to do yours, Ever?
I'm thinking size and strength are going to be the 2 lowest.
Okay. Petite.
The highest one, which one did you say was the most important for...
Of those 5, power for psychiatrist.
Really? I thought it would have been intelligence.
This intelligence isn't one of the 5 we're doing yet.
It's 2d6 plus 6, I think, when you do intelligence.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
intelligence is modified by other factors later.
And then 1650.
Sorry about that.
Maybe appearance? Because... I don't know. It's between appearance
Bangs
and
are
dex.
lethal, so
Oh, wait.
throw in the numbers.
Wait, what's lethal?
The bangs.
The bangs.
Oh. We got size, strength, power. Wait a minute.
So
Con,
What about
dex.
con?
Not size.
Con,
Strength,
dex, and-
con, dex, power, and appearance, not
Oh.
size. Size is derived from 2 other things at the end.
if you look
Oh,
in the
so-
Discord, right under where you put my stats, I listed the stats that we're working with right now. If you need to look at them.
I'm smart. I'm gonna make my con 60.
Okay.
And then the appearance 50. And gonna do dex at 40.
Sold.
And so therefore, wait, what's the last one? Size?
Nope, size we haven't got to yet.
Oy.
Strength, con, dex, appearance, and power.
Strength. Oh, okay. Yeah, the 35 is strength then.
Yep. Okay, now we do 3 more. So we're going back to Steve. This time it's 2d6 plus 6, because you have to have a floor on these.
Oh, size?
Size,
Figure.
intelligence, and education cannot be less than 8, correct. Which is 40. 13. So that's 65. And then again, Steve, size, intelligence, and education. $65. And a 40. 45.
Wow.
Not bad.
65, 65, 45. Okay.
Just going in order, or are you going to split them?
Order.
Rachel,
Hey.
2d6 plus 6, 3 times. In order, that would be
Education, size, intelligence.
size, intelligence, education, actually. You were close.
Oh.
So size, I got a 10.
50? Average. Perfectly average. Probably 5'10"-ish.
That was size?
Yep.
Okay. I think I messed up my dex roll. There we go. Okay, next one. Ooh, 13.
Ooh, 60 or 65 for intelligence. Smart and healthy. This nun's gonna outclass everybody.
She's not a full nun
Not yet.
But we'll see what she decides by the end.
And a 55
11.
for education.
Neat.
All right, Jared, your turn.
Okay. You said
This one's 2d6 plus 6, so
3 times.
it would look like this.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
So 50 is not my number.
We're back, guys.
It will be.
We're back.
It will be. Okay.
Okay. In a temporary drop, but we're here now. So Jared got a 50 for his size, making him average.
It's an average kind of guy, man. All right.
Next.
Next.
It's showing us as having lost signal again, I think.
Mine's back. He had to refresh it, probably.
Yeah.
Got the same thing.
All right. That's a 50 for intelligence.
And then, ooh, that's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
there
that
you
is
go.
a 70 education.
I'm not. I have
Whoa.
average intelligence, but yet I'm okay.
Not gonna lie, I know a lot of very educated people with.
Good point. Good point.
Eric.
Good. 75.
All right. Let's see what we got here. 13.
Start.
Wow. Okay.
It's a 65. And a 70. That's what you gotta do. You gotta complain about your dice live, and they don't screw you over, apparently. And a 70.
Okay. I think I'll keep that, actually. That makes sense. Intelligence, education at both at 70. Yeah.
Okay.
55 size. It's not pretty decent size guy. Okay. Slightly above average. Cool.
Okay. And then, because I am a merciful GM, one more round of 2d6 plus 6 for luck, starting with Steven. Oh, we didn't do Ever, because I'm a terrible GM. Ever, do your 2d6s.
Eh.
Oh, almost max.
Aha.
That is an 85. I would probably not go in order unless you want to be like a 6'5" psychiatrist.
Well, Ever did say that she was supposed to be intense.
I would
Oh,
actually put
God.
that in education or intelligence also because psychiatrist.
Yeah.
55.
Wow. And then 13.
And a 65, yeah. I would probably put the big one in education if it was me.
Yeah. Not intelligence?
You're a doctor. It's up to
Fair
you,
enough. Fair enough. No, I'm gonna trust you on that. 85.
That's cool.
though. And now we can have Steve do his luck roll.
2d6, right?
2d6 plus 6. Take it, 65 luck. Rachel. 60. That's good.
Was
65, holding steady. Eric.
65.
Hey, 60.
Yep.
250. All right.
See if ever breaks the curve. Yep. 45 forever.
Bad face.
Now we must determine age. How old are you, Steven? How old is your character?
I was gonna say, Aubrey is 35 years old.
35. Make an improvement check for education. So that means first roll education, and you want to fail, not succeed.
I failed.
And now you may roll. What do I want to do in this one? 5 to 6 sessions. D8, and add that much to your education.
5.
And it's 5 points to education. And that is the only change for that age group.
Okay.
Rachel, how old is your character?
I feel she's pretty young. She's about 23.
Okay, in that case, same thing. Roll education, and you want to fail. I apologize, Steve. It should have been a 1d10. If you want to re-roll it, you can.
I'm sorry?
Roll your education as if it was an actual game roll from the sheet or with your dice. Roll percentile, and if you want to roll over, you want to fail this to make an improvement.
Astral is being difficult.
I think this is session 0.
I know. Well, it says click on the red text, but
Oh.
now I've got a text box.
To make
Is
a
the
roll.
character
Education roll?
sheet in build mode.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yep, that's what's doing it. It does that to me all the time.
And build mode.
There we go.
Oh.
Oh no.
That
Rolled a
No.
one?
hard success. So no improvement for you.
So you lose education.
You get
Oh.
dumber. I'm sorry.
Too much time
Wow.
spent in the cloister and not doing anything else.
Oh.
All right then. Also, I like how it made that red. Even though that should be like green. It's awesome. Jared.
What was the... Oh, 2d6. Dirt. Okay.
No, you're rolling it as a check to see if you succeed or fail.
Oh,
Well,
the education check.
right.
My bad.
Well, how old is
Oh, I am 26 years old.
yeah, sorry. He told me ahead of time.
Oh,
Didn't think
gotcha.
about that.
62.
What's your education? 75.
75.
No improvement for you.
Oh, okay.
Eric, how old is your author?
36.
Same thing.
Oh, close. Oh, wait, no. I
Nope,
can't roll.
not
I'm gonna
close.
roll over a 70, but
And ever the age of your psychiatrist.
I was thinking like in her 30s.
Same thing for you then.
Is that reasonable for someone with a doctorate?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you could have been done by the time you were 26 or 28, depending how driven you were.
Okay. So I'll just make her my age.
Okay, so roll education. Yep, and that. Ooh, did that fail? That might have failed. No, yours is 90, isn't it?
Oh, wait a second. No.
Oh, that
I
is your
clicked the wrong
education. Got it.
button.
Ooh, so close.
So close. No increase for you either.
Aw, sad face.
Okay, now the sheet should do your derived attributes, but for anyone watching, sanity points are equal to power. It should populate in the sanity point field and check one to make sure it's working. Yep, it's doing it. And then hit points are size plus con divided by 10 round down. It should auto-calculate that too.
yeah, I think so. You just have to hit the right check mark on there because I think it's default to like 10.
Yeah, it defaults to 10. You gotta. And then movement, you'll also be happy it calculates that for you because that one is definitely some math in this game. If both dex and strength are less than size, your movement is 7. If either of them are equal to or greater than size, or if all are equal, your movement is 8. If both of them are greater, your movement is 9. And if you're older than 40, every 10 years you lose a point of movement.
Too real.
Okay, now we move on to archetypes, which you've all chosen. I sent you all both the core book and the player's book, which has more archetypes, and we're going to find the closest one to what I listed, and you can use that one. Jump back to Steven, who is a security guard, specifically in this case, an asylum attendant.
Correct. So I need to find.
So we go to the occupations chapter in either or both books.
Where are you? Table
I
of
haven't
content.
get a lot of freaking tabs out.
Yeah, I think you're looking at page 72. If you're looking at the investigator's guidebook.
Sample
For the
occupations. is page
They start on
40.
68, yep. Or 72, the real book, the PDF page is 68. I don't see a security guard specifically in the player's book. There's lots of things that are close enough, though.
Where is this pinned?
It's not pinned, I just sent them tonight in the Discord room.
Oh.
Okay. What page are you
You
on,
see
Tyler?
one in the... Which book are you in?
I went to the investigator's book because that's where you said.
They begin on page 68.
68.
You check that one, I'll check the core book.
Okay. List of occupations.
Asylum attendant.
It's actually in there?
Yeah.
Yep.
it is.
Perfect. So, what happens here is this determines your starting pile of points, so to speak. So, your skill points are as listed. That's that awesome formula.
Yes.
So, what's your strength?
Hold on, let me window this up a little bit here. Oh, geez, apologies if this messes up stream at all. My strength is 45.
And what's your dex?
Dex is 70.
So, you're going to want to use dex.
Yes.
So, what's your education?
50.
So, that's 100 plus 140 for 240 character points.
240 character points. Okay. And do these need to be the ones that go into those skills listed under Asylum Attendant, or are these available to all?
Yes, you either need to do the listed skills, and then there's always some flexible ones in there.
Some flex, yeah. All right, so 240 for the skills that are listed under Asylum Attendant. Got it.
Correct. And then later on, we'll add bonus skills. Credit rating of 8 to 20 means I'm going to have you roll. So, how do we want to do that?
They're not going to have a very high credit rating.
You know what? I'm just going to let you pick anywhere in that range.
Anywhere from 8 to 20 for me?
Yeah.
Do a solid 15.
Okay. Rachel, yours was clergy.
Yeah.
Soon to be clergy. Yep. Well, what does member of the clergy have? There's clergy in here, but I'm also going to see if there's one that might be a little bit closer.
Yeah, I looked and nothing really jumped out at me as sort of being appropriate, except for maybe artist, but
I'll let you pick.
yeah, I feel like clergy's a little more in keeping with the concept I have of this character in my head.
Okay. So your math is easy. Education times 4 points.
Let's see. 55 times 4 is 220.
And we'll just give you a straight 9, the lowest credit rating. Well, no, you're not a full none yet. So you could go anywhere from 9 to 30. I don't think 30 to 60. That's probably for like cardinals and bishops and whatnot.
Yeah, I think 9 works.
Okay. And then divide them how you want amongst the skills as listed. Where it says other language,
I
would recommend Latin or Hebrew. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
being
Latin makes
useful
the
in
most
this instance.
sense.
All right, Jared.
Yes.
Merchant Marine, probably called sailor in here. Let's find
Yep,
out.
that's exactly what it is. Sailor or naval. Okay, God, they have basic sailor, basically split up into 2 groups.
You are a
Sailor,
commercial sailor.
So
So what's your dex?
my dex is 35.
Strength?
30.
All right, so what's your education?
75.
220 points for you. And you're using commercial sailor under the skill list. Those are the skills you can put them in. When it gives you a choice, you get one of them, not all of them, obviously. So like the parentheses part where it says charm, fast talk, intimidate, or persuade, pick
Gotcha.
one.
Okay.
And then your credit rating anywhere between 20 and 40, you decide.
Credit
When the game
rating, where
starts,
is
you'll be
that?
driving a ferry, which is a fairly good job in Michigan.
Okay. Question: where is the credit rating thing on here?
Left side. They're alphabetical.
Yeah, it's right above Cthulhu Mythos in alphabetical order.
Okay.
It's always set at 0. You got to put points into it.
Yeah. All right, Eric, author, which I know is definitely in here.
Oh yeah, it's listed under author and in brackets Lovecraftian. Occupational skill points is EDU times 4.
It's going to be a lot for you. And I'm setting your credit rating to 30 because of your backstory.
Cool, thank you.
And have at your skills, sir. And that leaves Ever. Psychiatrist is definitely in here too. I am in the core. No, I'm in the player's guide.
Players, investigators, or
Oh yeah, investigator's
core?
handbook on page 88.
Loading. 88.
220.
Maybe. You gonna load for me? Come on, PDF. Come on. You can do it. Come on. There we go.
I am not finding it, or am I just blind?
What are you looking for?
The credit rating.
Yeah, it's on the left side. Because they're in alphabetical order. It's in the C's. It's immediately under climb.
Oh, it's a skill.
Yep.
Okay. Jeez, I'm dumb. I had 30, right?
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. So occupation skill points.
These are going to be education times 4. Easy math for you.
No math is easy math for me.
Eh.
Credit rating.
You can
of
pick that
30
range.
to
That will be
80.
a representation of how successful you are as a doctor.
Do you see these rings?
80 it is. For your other language, let's do something weird that will actually be useful. Oh wait, you
So-
said you're from Turkey, right?
Yes, and her wife is from Israel.
So Hebrew, Arabic, yeah. Wow. Hebrew or the word I can't say tonight, apparently.
They escaped to the U.S. because their love was forbidden.
Fair.
So wait, what was that? What language?
Either Hebrew or Farsi.
Farsi is Persian. Turkish
Or-
has its own language.
Yeah, but that won't be useful in this game, so I'll let you cheat.
Oh. What about just like plain Arabic? Just
Yeah, you can just call it that. That works.
okay. Because that's more like regions, I believe.
And then let's see.
But do I want to take my wife's language or my language? Probably mine, just because born there, moved at a young age.
Right, and for the fluff, you can be conversant in her language. It doesn't matter. This is just for when you run into something in that language, you'll need to roll.
Okay. And then suggested contacts.
Suggested contacts. Don't need to worry about that for this particular campaign. You're going to be isolated rapidly.
Sounds like fun.
And you may spend your points while I temporarily step away. Also, Steve, check Discord real quick. Eric, regale us with what you're doing with your points while I step away, please.
I'm probably going to put a lot of it into... I was thinking about putting it into something like criminology or something like that, just because he started off as like a crime, like a true crime author, but then he moved into horror. So I was thinking about putting it into that, if that's possible, or if there's equivalent to that in in Cthulhu. Criminology, I'm not sure. I guess it would be law. Would be the closest thing to that.
Mm-hmm.
Put some in. I'm gonna put some in library use, obviously, and then law. Alternate language, perhaps. A little bit in psychology. Definitely occult. And he's got to put some in charm because, he's got to constantly butter up his publisher, I would imagine. So he needs to be a little bit charming. History. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to put in predominantly. Just gonna focus on those specific skills and just, because I got a lot of points to spread around. So I'll put a little bit here and there, but I'll concentrate on the major ones.
Yeah, I was going to say, at this stage, you're limited to, you don't have to freely pick. You will soon, though.
I got a question for you, actually. Fast talk. What exactly is that? Is it like...
Deception. That's the deception skill.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Now, remember, the starting values are automatic. If you add points, they're on top of the starting value. You don't start from 0. So, like, if it starts at 5 and you add 10 points, it'll put you at 15.
Okay. And
you don't have to add even points. You can be weird and add 3 points or 7 points. It's completely up to you.
Okay. And I get 220 points, correct?
Yep.
Jesus, that's a lot of points.
They go much faster than you think.
Yeah. You'll be out in a hot minute.
I promise you, yes.
Okay. I gotta get the calculator out here. Handy dandy calculator.
Yeah. Darn. Okay. Trying to get that one right. Okay.
Okay, so my guy is definitely going to have World Navigate. Well, I don't know. Maybe not World Navigate.
It should just be listed as Navigate in the book.
Yeah, but Navigate.
Yeah.
And then...
You're going to want that, definitely.
Yeah, Navigate, and then going to put some points in, obviously, boat, like sailing, and then spot hidden. I'm going to put a majority of the points in. And then my interpersonal skill, I think, is going to be Persuade. He may be hot, but he's not he may be attractive, but I don't think he'd be a very charming person. He's a rugged roughneck.
Don't overlook mechanical repair and first aid.
Okay.
And yeah, pilot is the boating skill. Also, FYI, I would laugh if you were a sailor who couldn't swim.
That would be funny.
I was in the Navy once. It is not as uncommon as you think.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. Boot camp taught at least 4 guys I know how to swim.
Well, I need to learn how to swim for. I'm on a boat.
Yeah, I've got 340 points to spend, and I'm just like...
I mean, I'm sorry, not to interrupt. If the boat's sinking, like, honestly... Oh, wow, I know how to swim in the middle of the Pacific. This is... like...
There's lifeboats.
It's actually your gear that you're supposed to wear when you throw on during an emergency floats.
Right.
And insulates you.
I ran out of points, and I want to put a lot. Like, never mind. I'm done with this sentence.
Ever, I'm gonna save Steve. You got listen.
Listen language, which we decided was Arabic.
Yep. Put 30 or 40 in that, so you at least have a chance of rolling, and that also it sets a baseline of what you would understand without needing to roll.
In listen or language?
Language.
Okay. 30
Listen,
40.
50 or more. Probably more, because that's a perception skill in the game.
Oh.
Not
okay.
yeah.
And there's medicine, persuade.
Medicine, 40 or 50 because you're not a doctor. Still be useful. Backs up first aid.
Persuade.
And you can do prescriptions. Usually you would have... Actually, there's a specialization for that, but medicine's what we're going to do because it's easy.
They did mention science,
biology and chemistry, yep.
Yeah.
But psychology and psychoanalysis, I put a lot in those. How many points did you start with?
340.
Yeah, put 80 in each. Spend half. It's more than half.
80 in persuade and psychoanalysis, or
no,
persuade and psychology?
Psychology and psychoanalysis.
Oh, okay. And then what was persuade?
What are we left with now after all those points?
Math.
Yes.
By the way, for any viewers, this is a regular thing for me and Tyler because numbers are the bane of my existence. Not that I don't like them, it's just my brain doesn't process them properly. So if you're an awesome DM or you're an awesome fellow player, you tend to help out the people who need accommodations.
Yes. I'm sure all the DMs in this room would agree. Always accommodate your players, but never accommodate the DM. They don't deserve it.
But, okay, so we've used 80, 80, 50 at the lowest for listen.
Yep, and
Arabic
then 30 or 40
was...
on Arabic.
We'll
Call
go
it
with
40
the
for
lowest
now.
for now. Oh,
Okay.
40. I
Yeah.
went with 40. And then medicine, 40 or 50.
Put it at 50 for now, and we'll see where we're at.
We have spent 300 of the 340 points.
So that would leave... Well, did we put in persuade? Nothing yet?
Nothing yet.
Drop medicine to 40. How many points does that leave?
Oh, that is the...
That is where it was. What happens if you drop psychoanalysis and psychology to 70 each? Where does that leave you?
100 minus 20. 280.
So you've got 60 points left? I think it's 340 total, right?
60 points left, yes.
Okay. 50 in persuade, or 40 in persuade, sorry. Put 20 in chemistry, in case it comes up. Biology's not going to really matter in this game. And even, see that, Jared? Even almost 400 points went in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Big oof.
I put a lot of my points in navigate and spot hidden.
Nice.
Actually, that leaves us with a total of 290. How did...
Oh, did we math wrong?
We may have 50 in listen, 40 in Arabic, 40 in persuade, 70...
For the audience, we're not laughing at ever. This is side chat.
No, it's the most perfect response to a side chat.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. What did we have in persuade?
Oh, that's the one we missed. That's why we're short on points. The difference should be in persuade, which would make it a 50. If you came up to 290. Yeah, that makes sense. Seems a little low for a psychologist, though. So, read me the totals again.
50 in listen,
Okay.
40 in Arabic,
Yep.
40 in medicine,
Yep.
50 in persuade, 70 in psychoanalysis.
Yep. That's what I would call it. Psychoanalysis.
I haven't had enough coffee yet this evening. 70 in psychology, science, chemistry, 20 points.
You know what? Let's make you a full psychiatrist. Tank medicine.
Oh my. Okay.
Oh.
Put 20 of those points in persuade and 20 in chemistry. Now you're a psychiatrist.
See how
Well, not a very good psychiatrist. You can't persuade your patients.
That's true.
I see how you are there, Tyler. I'll remember that.
I hope you put points in first aid, Jared.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, that would make sense for a merchant marine anyhow. If you're on the high seas and you don't have
a lot of
like
accidents.
Because let me tell you something.
Yeah, I know.
The asylum attendant did not.
You know, you'd think you would though, because
Wait, the asylum attendant didn't? Oh, I'm going to relocate some points then.
Asylum attendant doesn't bandage people. It injects people with things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Steve's
he's
asylum attendant. That's not a. I should point out that's not a generalization. Steve's attendant specifically works at a hospital for the criminally insane,
So
high risk, dangerous patients.
my guy's gonna suck at swimming, but that's okay.
yeah, so you get injured, you have to fix it.
Yeah.
What do you have in first aid?
I have 60 now.
Oh yeah,
It
you're
was
good.
50.
What's your swim at?
30.
So 30%. I know that sounds low, but for several skills, like language, for instance, that makes you fluent in the language. You're not a natural speaker, but you can speak enough of the language to keep the point across. Your accent's not horrible, and you can understand what you're being told.
So I'm no Michael
30%.
Phelps.
30% in swim means you're not going to drown. You're just not a great swimmer, but you can float and paddle to shore and not drown.
Okay.
You'd be in trouble in a rip current, though.
Yeah.
Oh, if all we need for language is 30, then I'm going to move a couple points around.
What's the maximum for skills, Tyler? I'm sorry.
99.
99. Oh, okay. I thought it was like capped at like 80 or 85.
It's capped at 90 for attributes, but skills you can go to 99.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
And yeah, the quick start for Cthulhu 7th edition does cap you at 80, but we're doing the full thing, so you're good.
Nice. All right.
Who is still spending points?
I have a bunch this month. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I have-
I know you weren't here.
I've spent all of mine.
As have
Okay.
Same.
I'm going to move you four on to bonus points while Eric continues to do his base points. At the
Yeah,
end of-
bonuses.
Yeah, now you get the points you can spend on whatever you want. It is intelligence times 2, so you don't have to roll nothing.
So 2 times 50, right?
For you, yep. You'd have 100 points to spend on any skill you want, including ones you've already put points in. Raise whatever. You should probably brainstorm together a little bit, though, so you at least got one person who can do all the useful things. That's my recommendation always at this stage.
Yeah, so I have put some points into swim.
Okay.
Because
It's going to be a lot of water in this story. Yes, wise.
Yeah.
I put majority of my points into spot hidden, believe it or not. And then navigate, first aid, and then I think boating
What's your
Pilot.
boating at?
is 31.
Oh, no. Put some free points in that.
Yeah, we're gonna put some free points in that. At least make it 50.
Yeah, because it's going to come up more than once.
Make it 61.
Can
We're gonna
anyone
Okay.
drive auto?
Now, I should
I-
point out the drive auto skill for me is slightly different. Boating and piloting, you need points to do it at all. Drive auto, no points means you can drive a stick shift with no traffic in a normal weather environment. Clear skies, light rain, you're fine. Anything beyond that, you want points. I will not make you roll at thresholds. So at 20 points, you can drive pretty well in light snow or a heavy rain. 40 points, you can be Michigander like me and Jared and go 65 in blizzard.
Yeah, hell yeah.
At 60 points, you're probably a professional at that point. Government driver, police, race car, whatever. So there you go, Eric. If you're gonna pick that up for the group.
How useful would natural world be?
At a certain stage, pretty useful. That's also why navigate matters. At one point, you're going to be lost in the wilderness.
I think I'll
Maybe
pick
more
up
than once.
I think I'll pick up Natural World. She goes on a lot of hikes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Climb for 1 or 2 people so that if you have to climb, someone can anchor the rope for the rest.
Swimming, what would you say the minimum point should be?
If you have at least 20, unless the water gets dangerous, I won't make you roll.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Well,
I've got a
That's
20
the,
by
that's the
base.
default in swim is 20.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
put.
Then you're good unless the water's dangerous, which it will be more than once.
Oh.
And
But it doesn't mean you're in it, though.
I put 40 in.
A lot of that's going to depend on your boat pilot.
Oh my.
I have 40 in climb right now.
Okay. If you want a safe number for average conditions you're going to run into on the island for swimming, 40.
40. Okay.
I have 30, so.
Also,
I'm gonna put a couple points into throw and track.
yeah, that's what I was going to bring up next. Punch, throw, shoot. Probably good if somebody can do a couple of those.
Yeah.
I can punch real good.
Okay.
I'm for
Makes
shooting
sense. Okay.
because and I want to justify it because where she was from and some of her patients. If
Yeah.
they end up putting her in a dangerous situation, she needs to be prepared.
Yours
like-
would most likely be handguns because you probably have a concealed permit of some kind.
Yeah, I don't know how
I don't know how it works
Washington's
over
rules
there
are
either.
that, but we'll pretend it's like Florida. So, what's a good number for that? I automatically have a 20 in it.
Always good to be 50-50 for a fighting skill, so you're hitting half the time.
Okay.
Or more.
So-
It's up to you.
So you'd say like 50?
That's what I'd do if you're doing a fighting skill, but not everyone has to have one. It's not, you know.
The thing is,
This is a Silent Hill games. You never start out with great shooting. This isn't Silent Hill, but it's equivalent.
okay, well then I won't change it then. Never mind.
Plus, as a merchant marine, for you, if you do it, I do rifle, shotgun, and/or punching.
You would
Yeah.
do what?
Rifle, shotgun, which is one skill, and/or brawling. If for the merchant marine, if you want to fight skill.
I can also picture my character doing climb, like that might be something
So you work out.
she does.
If you do climb, I'll do the firearms because then I can reallocate some points over to firearms because right now my climb is 40.
Oh, well, climb would make more sense for your character. Though,
Not really,
because your
because
strength...
modern merchant marines don't climb the rigging anymore.
Oh, they really?
They're not sailboats. It's a cargo vessel.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're more
no
likely
sails.
they're more likely to have a gun because of
sharks.
yeah, pretty
I mean,
much.
there are
Harpoons,
a lot
stuff
of
like that. Like there's stuff that happens out in the sea that you need a gun. Well, out in the lakes that you need a gun for.
What was that, Rachel?
there are a lot of pretty rocks and mountains in Turkey, so climb would make sense for your character.
Have you been?
No, but I really want to go.
So I will do climb.
Okay.
I automatically have 20, so
Oh, that put me at 65 for firearm. Damn.
That is true, Don Arnetto. However, I would say he's probably got ladders for most of that.
would you say? We got 80 points left to use. Climb would be probably 50 or higher, I'm assuming.
There is at least one thing where that will be useful, yes. At that
Okay.
level, I mean.
Hmm.
You could also bring up other things, and then of course everybody can dump points and spot hidden if you want, because it's perception. I don't care. No one has to rationalize being good at seeing things to me in a RPG.
I like to though. I like
Well,
it to
I want
like
the
make sense for
rationalization
the back.
for like
characters.
guns and shooting and climbing and stuff, yes. But for seeing well, I mean, you just don't need glasses.
Wait, so you should take points out of spot hidden?
No,
Okay.
I was telling him to put points in it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, I got spot hidden. I got 75 in spot hidden. I put a shit ton in that. So
80 law? Is that good?
Damn.
Probably past the bar.
I think that's probably way more than you're gonna ever roll. You're good at 60.
Yeah.
Also, I will point out, almost every group at some point in a horror game tries to stealth. Just saying.
I got stealth on lock. I got a 70 in it.
You do. That doesn't mean they do.
Just heads up
my.
if you know.
I'm sorry, my character's just not good at that.
And you don't have to be.
good at everything.
Yeah, you don't have to be. I'll have you roll straight dex if you don't have stealth.
Yep.
Oh god, my dex is bad. So I'm putting climb at 40, or should I do another 10?
I think you're good. No, I'd do another 10, because there is one point where I'm going to actually roll it.
Okay, so 50 in climb.
Okay, I think I am good.
I think I'm good too.
Okay.
Let's
Almost
split
done.
that
I
between-
promise.
The things that I have the most in, just so the viewers can tell, dodge 75, fighting 75, a lot of scrapes in the asylum, dodging elbows and attacks from people. Gotta be able to hit back when the time calls for. There's also some other things in her history that ties into that.
Yep.
First aid, I actually bumped it up to 50 just so in case our Marine is the one that goes down, someone can patch him up.
Wise.
Oh no, the medic's hurt. What do we do?
Looking at you.
Call
the
an
thing
ambulance?
Oh, another guy. I want to hear you.
Just ask John Carpenter.
Intimidate 70.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Listen 70. And then sleight of hand 60, spot hidden 55, stealth 70. And that's kind of her big stats.
You really did build Sarah Connor.
Your intimidation is fun because I sunk a whole bunch of points into persuade. So I'm at persuade 80, so
Nice.
do good cop, bad cop.
I like it.
I also put some points into charm, swim, history, library use, Latin, and natural world and track.
Yeah, those are good.
Nice.
For me, I put my biggest targets, believe it or not, were firearms, mechanical repair, first aid, obviously. Biggest attribute's going to be spot hitting at 75. And then swim, and then there's... Oh, and then I put 60 in persuade. So...
Good to have a backup persuader in case you get separated.
And 60.
I wouldn't separate you.
He's not a very deceptive guy. He's a good man.
In case anyone is wondering, upped my swim to 40. I did not change in the sheet, so I'm glad I went over it again. I changed my handgun to 50. I changed climb to 50. Changed spot hidden to 50. And stealth to 45.
Sounds good to me.
Good. I'm ready.
Even though Astral kicked you out, you're still ready. What were you going to say, Ever?
Just as funny, I learned stealth up to 45 because sneaking into class is late.
I like it.
Those hangovers in college, man.
Damn.
Just-
Oof.
Let's have Eric
fun
and then
side
Rachel
note.
can highlight whatever they want to highlight for the audience, but keep secret what you wish to keep secret. Go, Eric.
I put some points into accounting. I've got like 55 in that. I put some points into art and crafts, 40. Charm 65, climb 50, drive auto 50, fast talk 65, fighting 50, firearms 60, first aid 70, history 60,
Wow.
intimidate 40, law 60. I dropped it down from 10 by 10 points. Library use 70, listen 70, persuade 60, psychology 60, ride 40 because why not? You're in the north. Ride a horse or something. Spot hidden 70, stealth 50, swim 60, computer
This guy
use
with
60.
his intelligence.
Aha!
there.
Aha!
You
There
think
it
we just
is.
ride horses and stuff? Wow. Jeez.
I can ride a horse, Jared.
I can ride a horse too, but that's not.
That's not.
But it doesn't matter.
I'll have you know,
No,
people from Florida can ride horses too.
Sure.
You chose wisely, Eric, because I was about to bring up computer use, electronics, and mechanical repair.
Yeah.
I got mechanical repair.
What you got it at?
50.
Nice.
So
All right,
That's
Rachel, I heard
solid.
some of yours. What are your highlights?
Yeah, the biggest highlight would be the Persuaded 80. I also took track and natural world because I guess she likes to go on hikes for recreation. Swimming at 55. It's very important to her that she knows how to swim. Put a couple points into psychology, a couple points into library use, history at 55, Latin at 31. A couple points into charm. So that's pretty much it.
I like it. One thing left for creation, and we'll take a short break and we'll get into the story. It's gear.
Ooh.
Right off the bat, only ever with that concealed carry would have a handgun. Nobody else will have guns when we start because it won't make sense for any of you.
No.
You'll understand why when we get there. Other gear, though, could definitely be a thing. So, with the exception of Jared's character, assume if you were either going on sabbatical, taking a vacation, or going to fill in for somebody for the job you do in an isolated locale where it's more like a working vacation. Assume that when you set up your gear. Most of you are only planning on a weekend stay, maybe a week or two at most. So, basically, tell me what you think you'd have that actually matters. Obviously, you'll have your clothes, purses, handbags, wallets, jacket. You'll all have a jacket because it's going to be fall, later fall, mid-fall, actually. You'll have hiking and camping equipment, it will be assumed,
Okay.
but like leisure type, not intense type. So you can mark that down if you want. And also, if you want, you could have brought a leisure vehicle with you, like a bike. Or not so much watercraft, unless you have enough credit rating to actually have a boat. The ferry does allow for cars if you think you'd need it, but this is more the kind of place you go to hike and stay at rustic places and look at animals and
Like
birds and
Mackinac
stuff.
Island. If
Yeah.
you've ever heard of that place.
Stay at the quaint inn, eat the local food, look at the museums. That's what you do at a place like this. It does have roads though, and it's 15 square miles, so if you wanted your car, and they do allow cars. Also, you don't have to take the ferry, you can be flown in, if that is more your cup of tea. Prop engine, 6 to 10 passenger, retro planes.
I'm not going to be flown in. I'm going to drive my own boat.
Yeah, you're going to be you're the ferry captain when we start. We'll get to that for everyone else later.
Okay.
Meaning that the boat will have some supplies on it, but you don't really bring anything because you're just there to drop people off and leave. At least that's what you thought. So you'd have like your lunch bucket and your jacket and your hat, and that's really it for you. The boat will have things you can get out of it, though, to a limited extent.
Yeah, obviously there's going to be some stuff I have on the boat. Emergency supplies. I'll probably have like one of those axes that you break the glass on, stuff like that.
Now, Ever, I was still debating my options for why you were here right up to start time. Do you want to be here for leisure or for work? So I'm going to let you pick.
I think probably leisure. However, that would also mean that my family would be with me.
Well, I got a way around that.
Oh,
So you're good there.
oh, okay. You didn't kill them off, did you?
Not this soon.
Surprise!
Okay.
Oh, not this dude! Wow. You want to know what, man?
You wouldn't kill my
Oh,
Don't give him ideas.
I'm sorry.
I would
Edward,
kill your
family's
wife
dead.
before I killed your pets. If that makes you feel better, because I would never kill your pets.
I don't have any pets.
Oh no.
Just my adopted child.
I would also not kill your adopted child.
Poor Ever. Your family's gonna die already.
So Rachel, you're actually here to work with the local vicary to try to decide like a nice isolated spot where they need your help, where you can do your job and have time to think in the quiet nature. So that's what you're here for the long haul, like a
That's
month.
good. So, I think she would bring religious jewelry,
Mhm.
Bible, hiking boots, and then probably like a flashlight and compass because she's used to the outdoors and knows those are useful.
Yeah. And
Oh,
you're
and a
free to
water
bring-
bottle.
And you're free
Like
to
one
have
of those-
camping equipment if you want it, just like you brought a tent and some stuff, because
Okay.
why not? For Steven's character, voluntary forced sabbatical, your backstory, you know what I mean. Recommended by that person that matters, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
You're planning to spend 5 days.
Okay.
Why here specifically? That person said it should be somewhere remote and offered you a bunch of pamphlets, and you were just like, close your eyes, spin the circle point, because you didn't care.
Okay. Makes sense to me. If I can, I'd like to bring obviously like if I'm spending time in the outdoors, like an outdoorsy knife. If I can.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to have my work baton, like a telescoping baton.
Yeah, they wouldn't stop that.
Okay. And then like my badge, I guess, even though like, some sort of identification as like a security official.
Okay. You got shirts too.
Shirts, like, yeah. Well, if I'm not working, then I wouldn't bring the uniform per se, but like just.
Well, no, but you've just got like shirts and jackets with the label of the institution on it
Oh, okay.
that you would only
Yeah.
get as an employee.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Just to show like where I work, what I do,
Right.
that kind of stuff.
And you could definitely have your clip badge.
Yeah. All right.
Question.
Yes.
If you're done, Steve.
That's pretty much it. Just the baton and the badges are the kind of the two I big ones. So
And a survival knife.
survival knife, yeah.
Would my character, based on her paranoia from her backstory and based on some patients, be allowed to have pepper spray and a contact taser?
You could if you wanted to overload your character because you're allowed to have a gun too. However, there is a catch with the gun. You've only got the one clip. Why would you need multiple clips to go on vacation?
That's fair, but
Going hunting.
also paranoia. I don't
Yes, you could have a pepper spray keychain, and tasers are fine.
know. Okay.
Tasers are
was
fine
gonna-
for any of you for personal protection if you think you need it.
I was gonna say after all that, after seeing all those patients, Ever's character would just need to go to the woods far away from them, like go
Oh,
armed.
yes. Well, also backstory.
The character sheet has a standard 9mm, but really the damage is pretty much the same. So we're gonna say you have like a clip. It's clip loaded, but it's a chambering gun. It's a Sig Sauer, probably small but not tiny. Probably
me-
holds 18 rounds plus one in the chamber. meaning which is important, so you know you have like 19 shots.
19 shots.
That'll matter.
Oh gosh.
And yeah, you can all have pepper spray and a taser if you want. I don't care. Also, for those of you who are here for more than a weekend, bear spray would definitely be commonly accepted here.
Bear spray.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was about to say I don't
that.
think my character would carry like something to use against people, but she would probably have bear mace.
Yep.
Who has bells?
What?
Now, why on earth would I carry a bell?
In bear areas, you hike with like
Oh.
bells on, because like that's not not a joke. Like you have bear bells basically, or
Air bell. That's the
Chimes.
first time I've heard about that.
yeah, it makes noise, and so the bears tend to not come check you out if there's like noises they don't recognize.
I'm just gonna list on here various bear deterrents.
Unlikely you'd have bear bells unless you knew that particular fact, meaning you'd have natural world skill. They're not used on the actual island at all. Bear bells.
Yeah, I was gonna
Flamethrower.
say
And the
like
bear mace isn't actually for bears on this island. It's more for foxes and smaller predators that might mess with you. There's
Or
probably
bears
there's probably a
that way.
wolf pack on that island now. There's no
Really?
bears on the main island, but it's an archipelago. There might be bears on one of the associated islands.
You're an archipelago.
There's
Sorry,
also
I don't know.
there's also the possibility for mountain lions. Those are prevalent up here. But again, so we'll get to that in a minute too. But the island has people at the north clustered together and people at the south clustered together. In the middle is wilderness. The animals that are dangerous are in the middle mostly. They don't, go where the people are, because the people shoot them.
Out here in LA, we've got mountain lions, and they all have names.
Cougars.
Even in LA, the mountain lions are celebrities.
Ah.
Nice.
That's like they live in the city?
I mean, like, kind of. Like, there are a bunch
Somebody
of
has them
people
in that.
who, for some reason, like to live like way up in the hills. I have no idea
Oh.
why, because they catch fire so often.
Right?
So yeah, they could come into your backyard.
Well, we have them in Florida, so I mean, they're just smaller.
Kind of like deer in Michigan. Like I spot deer in the city all the time.
I would
There's-
be very interested to hear about a deer coming onto your back porch trying to eat you.
Happens. Where there's a will,
Well,
there's
there's
a way.
There's cougars at my uncle's all the time. And remember the one that Holly and I ran into in Colorado Springs. In the apartment complex walking trail.
The only
Oh, God.
the only traffic jam I ever was in the small town I grew up in was because an alligator decided to sunbathe in the middle of the road, and no one could move him. It was about 11 feet long, and he just hung out in the middle of the road for about 20 minutes, and there was just a line like
Florida things.
Florida thing.
It's
He
11
was-
feet long.
On that note-
Wouldn't want to move it either.
I mean,
On
yeah,
that note, we're going to take a 10-minute station identification break and then return for the story. Meat,
Alright.
beef,
Florida.
chicken, pork,
Sure.
tofu, whatever your jam is. And we're back. Now we're going to actually begin the story. So let's set music. Yes.
Electric swing music. Just kidding. No, that's way too upbeat.
Wrong era, too.
Yeah, I know.
So we're going to start with you, Steven.
Okay.
Oh, no. We're going to give Steven 30 seconds to add names so I know what people's names are to the overlay. So, what's your character's name, Steven? Can you throw the first names up on the overlay for me?
Yeah. So, if everyone can type that into the Discord side chat, I can get those set up for you. But my first name is Aubrey.
Aubrey, yes. We will begin with Aubrey. You were given 2 weeks of furlough. There was an incident. It wasn't really your fault, but you were involved. And even though the other guard was the one who actually got canned and took all the blame, you still had to be furloughed. Your doctor took advantage of that and said, you haven't taken a proper quiet vacation to have introspection time now that it's been X amount of time since the event. And X amount of time since consequences of the event ended.
Understood.
She handed you half a dozen pamphlets. You randomly chose one. They were random isolated seaside or lakeside locations across the U.S. You decided to go cheap. You took the Greyhound from Massachusetts up to Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Spent the night in the nearby city. And you're going to get on the ferry this morning and head over to the island for a well-deserved week-long vacation. So, we're all going to say that you all entered the ferry around the same time. So even though you don't know who anyone is yet, you don't know each other, you would have seen each other. So describe to us Aubrey entering on the ferry, including any insignia on jackets or any such. It is October, and it is just before Halloween. It's late in October, so this part of the world it's windy and chilly. The leaves are magnificent.
Okay. So Aubrey is in her mid-30s. She pretty nondescript overall. Appearance-wise, doesn't stand out. Just pretty. Like I said, nothing jumps out at anybody about her. Brown eyes, brown hair. It's pulled back in a bun. Again, nothing to stand out. She's wearing a kind of zip-up windbreaker that has the emblem of the asylum that she works at, which is based out of Arkham. And
yes, the logo is Arkham Asylum.
But yes, exactly.
Nice.
But you can tell that she's a bit like she's not necessarily tall, but she's a bit kind of squarer of shoulder than women of her size would normally be. And she carries herself in a very kind of tense, kind of rigid way, and she knows how to handle herself, and she just has this very kind of purposeful movement to her when she moves, and she's always just kind of looking around and kind of checking everything out, and she's not intense necessarily, but when you look at her, there's just a coldness and an eeriness to her. There's just she's just kind of scary looking. The innate intimidative 70 just kind of comes off of her. Some of it has to do with the look in her eyes, where she's very kind of just eyeing everybody.
So,
and in her underneath the jacket, clipped on the inside, she does have her baton,
which to some of you might recognize, but to most of you it's just a piece of black wood or something. You're like, what's that for? Because it's collapsed. It's only about that big. It's got a handle, but it would be under her armpit, so you wouldn't see it. Maybe it's a snap-out cane for those of you who aren't violent. The ferry itself has 10 passengers. It looks like 8 of them, well, including you, are vacationers and 2 are locals. You can just tell who a local is because they're sitting together, they're talking, and they look very different. Of the other 7, they're all sitting separately, just kind of glancing at each other, but not really paying attention. Most of them are probably looking out the windows or looking down at tablets or phones. Who's your cell phone provider, Aubrey?
Oh gosh. Verizon?
Okay, mark that down.
It's the first name that came to mind. Okay.
Fine with me.
Notes. Ideas, beliefs. Verizon customer.
Verizon. Lots of open seating. This is a 3-deck ferry. Top deck is steering house and crew. There's a pilot. You've seen a couple other guys. Probably 3 or 4 man crew.
Okay.
Person crew.
I'm gonna.
Middle deck is for seating. You could probably fit 50 people in here at max capacity.
And there's only 8 people.
Yeah,
on the boat?
but it's the end of the season. You know this.
Yeah.
You all know going in ahead of time that fall is always a quieter season in Michigan for tourism.
If I can, I'd like to sit in the back.
Yes.
Back to the wall and kind of just stay away from as many people as I can.
Okay. And the bottom deck is cargo storage and vehicles. Oof. All right, Eric, what's your character's name?
My character's name is Barnabas Shaw. And,
Barney, describe your entrance.
I imagine he took his sports car with the top down, I don't know how much a 30 credit rating is worth, or if that's any good enough to be like, yeah, I can afford a sports car or not, or if it's a junky piece of junk, like, a hand-me-down or something.
Let's think of it this way. A 30 credit rating in the game is only going to affect cash value. Like any American, you can be up to your eyeballs in debt and have a sports car, yes.
Okay, I'll do that, yeah. He drives in on a nice little sports car with the top down, He's got the sunglasses on, and he's constantly, chewing gum, kind of annoyingly. He's always kind of like in his own little world, and he carries with him like his own books. Like some of them are autographed copies, and a lot of them are strewn like on the passenger and back seats, and he's got plenty in the trunk as well.
Some of you might notice too, because he's distracted, that it takes the valet like 3 attempts to get his attention and say, "You can't drive the car on the ferry. I do that." So you all might have noticed that. Carry on, Barney.
Nice. Yeah, he also carries with him like the current manuscript or whatever that he's working with, and a laptop typically that he can just kind of like plop down, open it up, and start uploading his notes or what have you. He also has various law books and things like that, along with the typical stuff that you would find in a car, in his sports car, like in a trunk, like a roadside flares, first aid kit, whatever. That's basically it. And he just kind of has like this sort of pompous, arrogant, pretentious look about him.
What do you bring with you into the passenger section, because you can't sit in the car on the ferry?
Oh yeah, of course. I just bring the laptop that and the manuscript that I'm working on. Those are basically the 2 main things that he's always with. Like it's his hat and whip. For as if he was Indiana Jones, to hit the hat and the whip. It's like with him, it's the laptop and the current manuscript. Very important. He of course has his cell phone, which he's almost constantly on with his publisher or what have you, or his girlfriend. So he's constantly on that, and I for whatever reason I keep imagining him as a stout, stocky looking guy. Think like Zach Galifianakis, but with like a with a turtleneck for all seasons, and takes himself overly too serious or whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna need all the player characters except Barney to make a no roll, which in this case is intelligence. You can just all roll. We don't need to worry about going in order, but I'll have you give me your results in order. So, Steven, your result first after you roll.
A regular success for me.
You know that face. Can't quite put your finger on it.
Okay.
This will be the last time I use first names until I get used to all your names. So Jared, what did you get?
I got a fifth. I got regular success.
Same thing. Like you're up in the steering house watching him interact with the valet before he got on the ferry, and you're like, face. And your co-pilot's like, yeah, what's he from? Ever.
Don't scratch
I
his car,
also
kid.
got a
Okay?
regular.
Nice.
Regular success forever.
Yes.
You, from your line of work, are like best-selling author, writes crime fiction. People in his stories always go mad in weird, creepy, Lovecraftian ways.
Oh, I bet he'd be very interesting to have in an appointment.
It's not like recognizing Stephen King, but it would be like, that's Dean Koontz.
The fuck is he doing here? Either that or it's like
shots
didn't he
fired
do like
at
an
Dean
AT&T?
Koontz.
Dean
Wow.
Koontz.
It's actually less about the level of fame and more about Stephen King puts his face everywhere. Dean Koontz at least tries to be a little private person. Eric's
I
character
have no
doesn't
idea what Dean
plaster his
Koontz
face
looks like.
everywhere.
Actually, I
Yeah.
don't either. Now that you mention it, I could be behind him in line and not have any idea.
And what'd you get, Rachel?
I failed. I got a 76.
He's a nobody, you don't care.
Yep. He's of the world.
Well,
Who's the Steve Jobs wannabe?
Didn't that dickhead do like an AT&T commercial? Like, I don't know, whatever. Minor celebrity at best.
alright, Jared, what's your character's name?
Name's Joshua Jones.
Josh. Okay, Josh.
Do you
Not your
go
scene
by,
yet, but you're next in my view, so I need to know.
Do you go by JJ?
Sure. He doesn't care.
That was not convincing. Okay.
Steve, was it Aubrey or Audrey?
Aubrey.
B or D? Boy or dog?
Boy. Bravo.
Perfect. Crap. What was your name again, Eric? I already messed it up
Barnabas.
with one of your old characters. Thank you.
Barney Shaw.
Okay. And then Layla. Forever. I remembered that one. Look at me. And Genevieve. Do you go by Genevieve if they were your friends, or is it like Jenny?
She doesn't mind if people call her Jenny, but she always introduces herself as Genevieve.
Okay. So, Genevieve, describe your entrance to the ferry.
Oh, yeah, so she's probably been on this ferry before. So she's got a favorite seat where she knows it doesn't get too windy. So she dresses very plainly, like weather appropriate, but like there's no labels, no branding. She keeps her hair covered by a scarf. She has a necklace, which other Catholics might recognize as a medallion for Saint Genevieve. Probably has like a nondescript shoulder bag where she just has all of her personal belongings in. So she looks like she could be pretty if she actually cared. But, no makeup, minimal moisturizing, that sort of thing. But she does have a very friendly and open face. Like, she would definitely pull over to help you out if you were stuck on the side of the road because your car broke down.
Okay. The other regular you're sitting with, because you've actually been on the island for about a week, is Randy O'Connor. He's just a local. There's nothing super special about him, but you do know who he is. You're one of the two locals that are sitting talking.
Yeah, I'll greet him and make small talk. Oh, hi, how are you? How are the kids? How's the weather?
He, of course, complains about his joint pain because the weather's changing, but he's glad most of the tourists are gone. Saw some kid doing 25 on the dirt road the other day and made a dirt cloud. What are they in a hurry for? This ain't the city.
Oh, well. We were all young once. Says at the ripe old age of 23.
Yep. Josh, your co-pilot is Randy O'Connor. And your two deckhands are Sean Byrne and Ryan McIntosh. Wall show counter burn in Macintosh. You may be noticing a pattern. Yes, this island is 90% Irish descent from Ireland directly, from one island to another. We'll get into that when the history of the island matters. At this point, they would be 11th generation, probably, most of them.
Yep, I would say.
You don't live on the island, though, Josh. You just pilot the boat. They work on the boat, but they live on the island. You drop them off on the final run, and you take the ferry back and park it.
Yep. So,
Okay. Layla, describe your entry.
So,
Wait. Am I...
Not yet, because you're the pilot.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so I'm last.
Dr. Layla Safir Furguk is actually on the phone with her wife, if she can reach her.
We'll get to that in a moment. Good, carry on.
Well, okay, so
On the
pretend
mainland,
there's
you're
a trunk
fine.
of stuff there. And she's just minding her own business when she's not on the phone. She's just listening to some like positive affirmation tapes. Just you are good, you are kind, you are patient, etc. Because you know she deals with a lot of crap. And she very obviously dresses to her income. Her favorite thing is pearls, and she's wearing a floral top. In every sense of the word, she's a lipstick lesbian, as they're called. She just likes the finer things, and she feels that she's earned them from, you know, her family's history and all
Own
that
hard
she's been
work.
through. So she's,
Your own hard work, too.
Yep. And she doesn't keep it to herself. She does give to those in need. So it's not like a whole I'm better than you. It's I can afford these things. Life is short. I've been through a lot of shit. And so here and helping out. So Talbot's is probably her favorite place, if you know what that is.
Taos, New Mexico?
What?
Did you say Taos?
I think he misheard you what you
No.
said.
Oh, Talbot's. It's a
Oh.
fancy-ish women's store.
Okay, got it.
So much childhood trauma there. But anyway, just kidding. I'm okay, guys. And she has her wedding ring, which is her possibly most prized thing that she has.
Does it stand out? Is it a giant rock, or is it just understated but very expensive? Or neither? Is it cheap and that's why it has meaning?
Yeah, I'd have to say it was when she and her wife were just dating and going through hard times, both trying to make their way in America, being American citizens and everything. So
it is an American ring then, style ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, she's just minding her own business. She's people watching, you know, because she's her career. She's trying to figure out if anyone on the boat is dangerous, or you know, like secretly diagnosing everyone. Like, I bet that person has this. I bet that person has that. But of course, she tries to stay a bit modest.
Roll the spot hidden.
Oh God. A regular success.
There's a guy staring at you, one of the locals. Roll psychology.
Oh,
Now for the
please don't
audience,
tell me he's a
psychology
racist
is
jerk.
reading people, and psychoanalysis is helping people overcome trauma. So everyone understands.
Extreme success.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's whispering to the lady who looks like she works for a church that's next to him. Lady's looking at him disapprovingly, but yeah, he's whispering to you like, "Who's that lady? She's not remembers you're in the church from around here."
Huh.
But yeah,
Worse.
he's staring at you because your skin color is out of place here, and he's a local. You hope that's not a foreshadowing of the island as a whole.
I hope it's not, but I'm going to just kind of mind my own
He
business.
doesn't look at you like he hates you. He's just like you're an oddity and it's uncomfortable.
Oh, well, Yeah, I would be uncomfortable, but as long as he wasn't being a jerk, I'd not confront him. But if he decided to be a racist ass, I'd be like, "Look, you want to fight me?
Oh,
Fight me."
so is
My
this the
fair
guy that
game
I was
step in.
talking to?
Yep.
I
So
will
you
make
could do something about this if you wanted.
I will make a point of giving you a very warm greeting, like,
This lady
"Hello, we
walks
don't
over. Yes.
get
Sorry.
many tourists this time of year, but it's so nice to see you. My name's Genevieve," and she'll hold out her hand for a handshake.
Oh, hi. And I would shake her hand as well. I'm actually on vacation, so I won't be here very long. But I
Oh, we'll
look
stay as
forward to
long
it.
as you'd like.
Oh, thank you.
We're
Are
always
you
welcome.
do you live on the island?
Oh, yes, I work at the retreat. Did we name the retreat? I forget.
So 1 second. I do have that. Yes. Holy Cross Vicarage, which is an
Okay.
extension of the Holy Cross Catholic Church that's on this island. Assuming you're a Catholic, there's also an Episcopal if you prefer that.
Yeah, I've been playing her Catholic
Okay.
because that's the most I know about the religious
Yeah.
communities.
It's the Holy
Oh.
Cross Vicarage and then the Holy Cross Church on the island.
Yeah, so I'll say I work at the Holy Cross Vicarage. I don't know what your persuasion is, but we're welcome to everybody if you just feel like you want a little quiet contemplation. Our doors are always open.
I would appreciate that. I might swing by. I love studying other religions. I'm actually recently become a humanist myself, after my old job. Yes. So I would love to. Thank you.
Of course.
Jack looks properly chastised, even though you didn't say anything. His cheeks are all red, and
Good.
he's not looking at you now.
Mission accomplished.
It is about that time when the speaker pops on, and there's a bunch of feedback. You hear a voice, Jared's character's voice, saying, "Told you to fix that," and another male voice saying, "Sorry, boss, I just thought that." Crunch, crunch, click, and then another click as the speaker comes back on. And Josh, you may give your welcome aboard speech like you would do for guests. And you can make this up, but it can be like, "We're glad you're coming, and our island is very beautiful. You should check out the nature trails, but on your seatbelts, do that."
Okay. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SS Beaverton Ferry. Yes, I made that anyway. Anyways, please be sure to keep your seats and keep your seatbelts on at all times. All right. Our island has a great beauty to it, so it's definitely worth exploring. And I'm sure you can find lots of local shops that you can shop at as well. Here you will find nothing but a vacation. And then just cuts off right there.
I will lean over to my new friend and recommend a couple of my favorite hiking trails.
Well, that would be
One of the
wonderful.
hiking trails she recommends is on the Yellow King's Road. And you're like, "That's a weird name."
Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah, no, we all. Everyone just sat up like, no.
Road.
He goes over the intercom. No.
Yeah, she's like, it's a really weird name. I don't know why they would call it the Yellow King. I think there's some sort of local legend about it, but I'm not sure.
Jack perks up and says, "No one's told you the story yet, Jenny?" Wow. He doesn't know if he's allowed to call you that. He does anyways. Yeah, so our island had some of them extremist Mormons a long time ago in the 1800s. One of them guys, he supposedly came to the island to escape persecution, but rumor is he actually came because he found or stole a bunch of pirate booty. And you're like, right, pirate booty. This is a lake. And
Michigan.
yeah. And he took it to the island, and he made like a crown and a scepter out of it, and gave him all kinds of weird powers. He made himself the king. He was even a state congressman for a while. Then he got shot. That's the legend. He's probably just a crazy extremist Mormon.
Those Uper pirates.
He had
Did,
like 15 kids. Crazy.
In the lakes, there's a lot
That's
of
scary.
I did not think you were gonna say kids after 15.
That
15
actually
murders.
makes Jack laugh, and he says, "Yeah, he had 5 wives." He said he was anti-polygamous right up until they crowned him king of the island. And then
Did
suddenly, more
my
wives.
character
Did
my
your-
character hear
You
that?
can all hear this. Jack is
Oh,
loud,
okay.
yes.
Me, that's in the captain.
You know,
Well, I would
that.
already
You
know,
wouldn't-
but-
yeah.
That
I'm
is
googling Old King
fascinating.
Road and like Martin Luther King or like Stephen King. It's like, what's the connection here? Like,
You would also know, Josh, but you can't overhear this. But if you did, you would know half of what he said is not correct.
Yeah.
But do you actually Google it,
yeah, of course.
Barney?
It sounds
Okay.
familiar, I would imagine.
It's called the Yellow King's Road because this person actually was a extremist Mormon, one of the most extreme offshoots. He left shortly after most of the extremists were pushed out by the original church in the mid-1800s. Took him a few years to get to the island with his followers, but at first he only had a handful. The island was mostly Irish immigrants until he came. And he was very charismatic, and people loved his version of Mormonism, so he attracted a lot of people. And inside a decade, there were 2,000 of them on the island. And most of the Irish had been pushed out because they were Catholics. They prided themselves on almost being Mennonite status, which is Amish, meaning like they built everything
Yeah.
themselves. They were very
Hardcore.
self-sufficient. Modern conveniences of 1860 didn't matter to them.
No butter churn for you. Do it by
That's
hand.
correct. That's right. And they built him a tabernacle, a log cabin tabernacle, and they did actually declare him king of their church, not of the island because that's not legal, but of the church. Since there's only like 10 people on the island that weren't part of the church, he was king of the island. It went to his
Wow.
head, and he enacted a bunch of draconian laws. He really did have a crown and a scepter forged for him. And no one knows what happened to him. They disappeared to the mist of time, of course. And he really did become a congressman, too, for 2 terms. And in those 2 terms, he managed to create a new county with his island as the center of the seat. A county of just water-based islands in the area.
Barnabas is just like, oh wow, what a.
So then he opened his own government on the island and controlled that part of the world. Your own county in the 1800s, Michigan didn't care as long as you paid your taxes. And it was called the Yellow King's Road because he adorned his tabernacle with the variety of gold and silver items and jewels that no one knows where he got them from. And he had the road painted gold. It was
Copy
the
and
Yellow
paste all
King's
that?
Road.
And I pasted it into my my notes. Like, hey, this is pretty obscure, weird history. I'm gonna use
Yeah.
that. That's gold.
The road still exists. The island only has a handful of roads that go all the way through it, and that's the central road that cuts through most of the island. It's a 2-lane blacktop, which is as fancy as the island gets. Most of its roads are dirt and gravel. By now, it's the 1870s-ish, and after he loses his 2nd term, he's still in charge of the county seat. But he gets more and more extreme with his draconian punishments until 2 gentlemen's wives on the island didn't wear their bloomers correctly and showed too much ankle, so he had them flogged publicly. And no one did anything because no one messed with the guy. After their flogging, they left the island and ruminated on revenge, and they had Navy buddies. So, like a year later, a Navy gunboat shows up because in those days the Navy had real Navy ships in the Great Lakes. Still do, but only in Illinois. And the Navy convinced him they were here to let him tour the boat. He's a government agent. He's due respect. So he came on the boat, and the 2 guys that got flogged shot him in the back. They threw him into the water and hit the guys on a different island, and they were never prosecuted. No one really knows what happened after that. They spirited him away into the tabernacle, where most of the leadership of the congregation disappeared for a week, and when they came out, they said he'd died. After they said they never produced the body, and said they disposed of it according to the rites of their version of the faith. After he died, though, the Irish immigrants on the mainland that wanted their island back stormed the island and forcibly evicted the remaining Mormons. However, Michigan, this is now we're in the 1870s. However, Michigan State was like, it's still a government county seat. They're responsible for their own stuff. But nobody showed up for work. Nobody got reelected. Nothing happened. For 20 years it took them to actually dissolve the county and reincorporate it back into surrounding counties. It was just like the Wild West of Lake Michigan. There was no law there. You could get away with whatever you wanted. The people were insular and secretive. Mind your business, leave theirs alone. You do what you want. So who knows what weird shit went down for those 20 years. When it was finally reincorporated, it just kind of faded back down into a quiet fishing island in Michigan until the fishing trade died in the 1970s, 80 years later. Now it's tourism. And it is still a proud Irish lineage island. The people are proud of their Irish traditions. What was the name of the guy again? And they have a lot of Irish restaurants and things such as that. Name of the island for purposes of the game is Manitou Island.
Manitou? Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the name of the guy who murdered some king or whatever?
I see what you did there.
The king of Manitou Island was James Strange.
Oh, whoa, okay. James Strange, okay. Strange Mormon, okay, cool.
So yeah, Yellow King Road. When you do the rest of your Google search basically tells you they're not really proud of that part of their history, but there's a museum about it because there's a museum of the history of the island, and both the remains of the tabernacle and the main longhouse they used to conduct business still exist and are historically preserved, off in the wilds of the center of the island, far from any of the inhabitants.
I'll make a point to go to the museum at some point during the trek. Like, oh, I gotta pop in there just for a minute, pick up a pamphlet or something like that.
Now go ahead and actually make a computer use roll and a library use roll. Tell me what you get on both results.
Sure.
Because that's the easy stuff. See if you get any good stuff.
I got an extreme computer use roll, and I got an extreme library use roll.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Good. Eric's on fire tonight. Good God.
Yeah, Jesus.
Damn.
Right.
14.
This is only you. All the rest of the group could have gotten that part. This is only you. You actually, in the hour-and-a-half-long ferry ride, dig your way into some obscure message boards. And you're like, this is weird. I'm going to look up rumors of this.
Yeah.
And not just the rumors about where did all the wells come from, but also the man himself wasn't charismatic when he arrived. That's why he was pushed out by the church. Like, he had his own ideas and he had his own followers, but he wasn't a good talker or good looker. Somewhere between Utah and Michigan, he became a master orator, wrote poetry, learned how to write poetry, and got better looking. I don't just mean he changed his haircut, like, the description of his physicality changed. And so, like, all these conspiracy theory boards have all these wild ideas.
His skin changed, basically.
More attractive, better speaker, and okay, interesting.
Yeah, he showed up at the island with a handful of his closest followers and his closest confidant, who was his primary wife.
You said this was in the 1870s?
That part would have been late 1840s. Okay. 1870s is when it came to a head and ended.
Now, when you say he got better looking, are we still, though, talking about the wheelhouse of, like, 1840s hot?
Yes.
Okay, so, all right.
For the time.
Just wanted to scale this correctly for everybody.
Right.
So he grew some mutton chops and a grand handlebar
That's what you'd
mustache.
think, but that's what you'd think. But descriptions of him and even sketches physically change the structure of his face to be sharper, more rugged, bigger jaw, taller,
So he went
straighter
from
back.
John. He went from John Buscemi to like John Hamm. Is what
Yes.
you're saying.
Yes,
Okay.
but you
See,
know
when you're a cult leader, you can make the artist draw you pretty.
exactly.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
people are more reasonable. People
Sure.
are like conspiracy theory nonsense, but it's great material for your next book, maybe.
Oh yeah, I'm just like, oh, man, my publisher's gonna love this.
His closest confidant too, he didn't have prior to leaving Utah, showed up with her. Her name was Violet. That's all you can find. No other information
Violet.
ever.
That's his primary wife.
And closest confidant.
Interesting. Okay. Cool.
There were a lot of whispers about her age being inappropriate, but he shut those down. And you don't know which way. Was she a lot older than him or a lot younger? Can't figure that out.
Hmm.
Either way, more than 20 years you get whispered about, especially in 1845.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
So, that's what you do for your ferry ride.
Definitely.
Genevieve and Layla have a good conversation, and Jack eventually joins the conversation and is a congenial fellow when he's being nice.
Yeah,
What-
I'll tell about like, oh yeah, here's all the cool local things you can go check out. Here's what you want to order at the diner. Here's what you don't want to order at the diner.
Oh, that is very appreciated. Especially, I have a couple allergies, so it's nice to know what's good and what's not good.
She recommends Pappy's Pub and the North End Restaurant.
Perfect.
Happy?
Pappy's, if you're taking notes, which you should be. Yes.
There,
Yes,
are
I
there
am.
Pappy's
any-
Pub and the North Side Restaurant. That's on the north part of the island. On the south side, she only recommends one place to eat, which is Van Pamel's Hometown Diner.
Now, Tyler, is there a good place for donuts here?
There is a place for donuts on the island. Only one franchise actually ever opened and managed to successfully run on this island does.
I mean, do
What-
I hear you say that? Because
what-
if I hear you say that, I will totally give you a recommendation on where to get donuts.
You do, and as a new Snickers snack to Vorpal Tales, you wouldn't know this, but there's a donut franchise that exists in every Vorpal world. It's called Large March's Donut Barn. Greatest donut franchise in the
Oh my God.
universe.
I would
Wait, is
still
this
be
place?
like in the cabbie, correct? Driving the boat.
Yeah,
Yeah, so the really nice
not a lot of
thing
RP
about
for you
their-
yet.
The really nice thing about their maple eclairs is that they actually use real maple syrup and not maple flavored sugar.
Accurate.
So it's got a very nice, rich flavor. Really
That's
good with a
great.
cup of coffee.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Also, you would recommend the most exotic thing on the island, in your opinion, the toy island. There's a toy museum. There's a museum of toys on this island.
Wait,
Oh, yeah,
for-
well, so if you
like real
mention
life?
that you have a
Something for my
kid,
Yeah.
yeah, if you mention that you've got a kid, I'm like, oh, there's the toy museum. You should totally take your kid to go see the toy museum.
You know, I actually do. I have a daughter. Her name is Lainey. Yes, my wife and I adopted a couple years ago. So
And this is where you would make maybe a little bit of a sad face, because the reason they're not with you is you had a spat. And she's still mad, and she said, we need a couple days apart. I'll meet you on the island in 3 days. We'll be fine then, hon.
Yeah,
So you left first.
So you see
Oh.
Layla sort of like when you say to the wife, you like blink, blink. No, be nice.
Yep, Catholic. Slowly changing. For the audience who might have heard Ever say in real life, this is based on a real story of a real place, and yes, there really is a toy museum in the real place.
But yeah, so Genevieve will very effusively recommend the toy museum. I'm like, oh yeah, your daughter will love it. They've got like old Hot Wheels and classic vintage Barbies and
Mr. Author, make a spot hidden. 'Cause you're the only one paying attention to everything around you. Well, you're not the only one, but the only one who would notice this.
Almost extreme. I made a hard success.
The person sitting in the back wearing the asylum gear that looks like that looks like Sarah Connor and wants to punch someone's lights out. I keep saying that, but I mean, kind of the same appearance. Got the mirror shades, the brunette hair and a ponytail, very fit. Kind of looks like Sarah Connor. Like,
I check her out a little bit.
Actress's name, help me out here.
Linda Hamilton.
Linda Hamilton in her 30s, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cringes in a way that only you notice because you observe fine details when Talking Children comes up with the two ladies. She's like a little shudder and a look away.
Okay.
Weird, whatever. Are you nosy about that sort of thing, since you seem to be the nosy author?
I'm just looking around at everybody and like taking mental notes of like everybody's behavior and like she looks like she could be a protagonist in the next story I got going on. Yeah, I could.
How nosy are you? Are you like, yeah, I'm just reading my phone, click, people search, or are you just watching?
I'm just watching. I'm just like.
Okay.
Aubrey,
Wasn't sure your level of nose.
Aubrey at this point again is in the back, and she's got her arms like kind of folded around her chest, and her elbows are tucked in like to her side, and she's kind of like biting her nails. But she keeps like her, like she's very like close to herself, like she's very like kind of like balled up like that, not like in a ball, like, but like again arms close, almost like
tucked
she's
in.
Yeah, tucked in.
Okay. Up top, I'm gonna need you to make your own spot hidden roll, and then a navigate roll, and then a piloting roll.
If you run this boat into a fucking rock.
I swear to
You all
God.
sink on the ferry. Oh damn it!
All right, which one do you want first?
Go in that order. So give me the spot hidden first, because that will affect the other two.
Okay. Hard success.
Son of a bitch.
Nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
So you can make the navigate roll with advantage, which means you click the bonus die when it pops up. Take the better of the two.
So navigate.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
Both bad?
Yeah, that 96.
Well, click the
Roll, you get to roll the bonus die though.
Yeah,
The
click one of the
critical, the hard success.
There it is.
28 hard success.
And now you can roll the navigate with 2 die also and take better.
Well, that was navigate.
Or the pilot, sorry.
Pilot.
Pilot. 13. That's a
Almost
Wow.
extreme.
Oh.
You are good at your job.
That's
So-
amazing. Wow.
The people in the bottom of the boat are absorbed in their conversations, apparently eavesdropping some of them on each other. So they don't notice. But you and your co-pilot have been noticing the closer you get to the island, the foggier it gets. Like a massive fog bank is rolled in. That's weird because the weather didn't call for that, and there was no temperature extreme between dawn and late night, which would normally cause such a thing. Plus it's mid-afternoon, it should have been burned off by now. It's weird.
Conrad.
It's early afternoon, not mid, but it's late enough in the day to burn fog off. When you left Charlevoix, which is the nearest big city, it was sunny, partly cloudy maybe, and it was in the mid-50s with breeze. It's not fog weather. However, whatever, you just want to get there and drop the boys off because the ferry doesn't run every day in this part of the season, so they've been on the mainland waiting to get back with some passengers for 3 days. You haven't been to the island in the last 72 hours. That's true for any of you. For our possible nun or our nun in training, you always get sent to the mainland to pick up supplies because the priest doesn't want to leave the island. He's a local. This particular supply run, you were picking up actual like stuff to repair the roof at the actual church, and there was a problem with the delivery, and you had to wait 2 days at the Charlevoix Big Church in the nunnery. Very unpleasant way to spend a weekend. But you know, it's all part of your service.
Yeah.
It's just that particular head nun's really mean. You don't like her. So yeah. However, as you see it's rolling in, you and your co-pilot notice early, and you're able to figure out the best way to navigate around it. And you remember that the North Side Light is actually still in service. It doesn't need to be used much anymore, but the North Side Lighthouse will still run in the case of fog, so you can navigate the boat that way. And you're an old hand at this, so you have no problem navigating the other islands in the archipelago to find the light. But once you float into the fog, it's like immediately you lose everything that isn't 10 feet in front of you. Michigan fog.
Conrad, what do you think about this fog?
Should probably make an announcement to the passengers because when you actually roll into the fog bank, it's not. All the light disappears. Everyone notices.
I go over the radio and I over the loudspeaker and I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna see some very, very heavy fog this evening, so you may not be able to see much, but don't you worry, we're still going in the right track, so on and so forth. So please stay calm.
He actually says so on and so forth, like he's bored.
Yep. I know.
Great.
The author looks out the window and sees that he's like navigating deftly around a sandbar exactly 6 inches away from it the whole turn. Guy's kind of amazing.
Very well done.
Any special reactions to that from you?
I mean,
Jack
I
is
feel
like, what? Fog? This time of year? Hell's that?
I feel like Genevieve has been on this ferry enough where she's like, nah, he's really good. I'm not worried.
Yeah. He seems like an old hand.
I would think that. Oh, sorry.
Please.
No, go ahead. You first. You first.
I was just gonna say, Aubrey makes the face that says, "I'm glad the ferry driver can drive the ferry."
Thank goodness.
God.
So I think Genevieve sees you sort of like huddled up and like she sort of wants to ask, are you okay? But she's like, oh no, maybe if they're seasick and I ask, that will just make them hurl.
On you. I need listen rolls, beginning with Captain.
Listen? Oof.
Yep.
That's gonna be rough.
I'll actually call you out on this one in order.
I don't hear nothing.
Aubrey.
Wow.
Really don't hear nothing.
Wow.
Maybe you really are seasick.
That's a 95.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Right at the important moment, your ear pops and you're like, ow, shit. Well, at least that wax was coming out tonight. Barney.
You're all right. Failed by 8 points. God damn.
Jeez.
Nice.
The streak is over.
Oh, damn.
2 people with 70s just failed this roll. We are not hearing whatever's about to happen to us.
I don't know. We got 2 left. They could get lucky. What'd you get, Layla?
There you go.
You got a regular success.
Nice. Genevieve.
I've got listen at 20. Let's find out.
Ooh.
Close.
Oh,
Dang.
almost.
You could spend luck points. Speaking of which, we didn't bring that up yet to the audience. Luck points, I can either have you roll luck, which is rare, or you can spend your points to enhance rolls. At the end of every session or at the beginning, depending on my memory of the next session, you will roll to improve luck to get points back.
Based on what I know of Call of Cthulhu, I'm gonna save my luck.
Good choice.
Wise choice. Yes.
Very.
Your co-pilot looks at you and says, "What was that? I heard something." Jack sneezes. Critical failure. And the other unknown staff don't react to anything. Neither do the other 2 tourists who no one's talking to, but they're talking to each other. They haven't mentioned them a lot, but they're just quietly talking to each other. They look like maybe they're brothers. They're obviously tourists.
They're just quietly casting an incantation.
I swear I heard something, Cap. Go ahead. Yes, for Layla. You don't know what that was, but it almost sounded like splash.
Oh crap.
Almost sounded or did sound like?
It's very faint. Fog messes with sound.
Well.
Uh-oh. They gotta start doing a head count.
Well, being a humanist, I would definitely be like, okay, we need to check. And I'll turn to Genevieve, who, by the way, has an award from
Oh, that
Dr.
player award or
Fusion
audience award.
72. Yeah.
Oh,
Dr.
thank
Fusion
you.
72. Okay.
Yeah.
That's one of my friends. Thank you, Mike. Oh.
For the audience, in this game, rewards give you 3 luck points every award.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
that's from the audience. Yeah, when the votes will be different when we get to the end.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a reward system.
These
Nice.
luck points don't have to be used immediately. The ones Mike gave you can be added to your total, making you go over your max. But they're
Oh, nice.
if you go over your max, they're like temporary. They don't change your max. They're like temporary hit points.
Very nice.
Correct. Building good karma.
Oh, I would turn to Genevieve and go, I think I heard someone fall in the water.
Oh no. Where?
I don't know. It sounded
You have
very
no idea what
faint.
direction.
I don't know what direction, but the smartest thing is to look if we can even see in this fog. The direction the
look?
boat's coming from, in case.
Yeah. If you don't mind looking, I'll go tell the captain right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Runs
And
off.
I would, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
you
going-
hear boots running up the stairs and not pounding, but frantic knocking on your door, Captain.
I
You can just turn around and look. There's windows. This isn't like an airplane.
tell Conrad, get that door.
Turns around and says, "It's Jenny." He opens it. What's up?
Oh, someone might have fallen overboard.
Told
Oh,
you I
wait.
heard something.
Passengers think they heard a splash and someone say help.
How many people are all the passengers still in the passenger area?
I turn.
Yes, you did a head count.
Yeah. So I turn
That
over
means
to
it's Sean or Ryan, the co-pilot says, and starts panicking.
So
Your deckhands.
yeah. So I tell the other deckhand. I say
You don't see you don't see either of them because they don't hang out in the pilot's deck. They're supposed to be watching the cars in the cargo.
okay. So I just get out then, and I'm pretty
If
sure.
you stand up, you're gonna let go of the wheel.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I thought the
You can give
deckhands
orders,
were
though.
with me. Okay. I go in. I say, Jenny, go find the deckhands over by the cargo. They may be able to check for me. I cannot right now, or at least send one up here so that way they can take my place. And I tell them where they are.
Barney and Aubrey, do you care about any of this? There's 2 ladies rushing out of the area. You didn't hear nothing.
I didn't hear anything, so I'm probably completely immersed in whatever it is that I'm writing. Notes wise,
they really gotta pee.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
do do we have any idea what it is like?
No, they didn't say anything to you.
So if I'm not aware of the situation, then I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Genevieve, do you collect your new friend or your old friend, the local, or anyone else before you head down to the bottom level?
I will look for new friend because I asked her to look to see if she saw anyone in the water, and be like, "Did you find anyone?" I have the captain.
It's very creepy because when you come out of the captain's quarters, which there's stairs going up from the passenger area, and you actually the exit door to the deck, it's like immediately pea soup, except fog, and you can see what you're pretty sure is your new friend, Layla. It's just like a feminine figure in the fog.
I'm
You're
gonna,
like Layla, but it's just like your voice falls and hits the ground.
Yeah, I'll walk toward her, sort of reaching to grab her arm and be like, "Did you find anyone?" Like not like seize it, but just like make contact. Like, "Hey, I'm here."
Layla, you're looking around, and you're like, "I can't see anything in this pea soup," but you've been going 5 feet at a time, holding the rail, checking the whole deck all the way around the passenger level for people, right? You didn't see anyone. Then you hear a noise that sounds suspiciously, or not suspiciously, but creepily like a mournful howl, high-pitched howl. You turn around, and you see a figure lurching at you out of the fog that's like 9 feet tall in the shape, and the arms and legs proportions
Whoa.
aren't right. Making weird noises while it lurches towards you. What do you do?
I scream and run.
You turn to scream and run when the horrible claw grabs you. And wait, it's just Genevieve. Layla screams and tries to run from you, Genevieve. You don't know what's going on.
Why you?
This fog is. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. This fog is getting to me.
No, are you alright? Did you find the person?
No, Oh, sorry. Let me catch my breath. I haven't seen. Oh God, my heart. I haven't seen. Anything. Whew. You would not believe what I saw just because of that fog. That was.
Are you okay?
Yeah. You know, it's probably the stress. It's a psychosomatic symptom. I'm sure I am fine.
The fog can play weird tricks on your mind. It's okay. You'll be okay.
Yeah. I just it's a good thing I have emergency anti-anxiety meds. Being a doctor is pretty awesome.
Okay. Yeah, take that if you think you need it. I'm gonna make another circuit around the edge of the boat to see if I can see anything.
Okay, yeah.
You can both head down to the lower deck. No one's checked that yet. The Layla only checked the passenger deck.
I'm gonna stay with you, if you don't mind. I don't think I want to walk back to the passengers section by myself. I don't want to. Okay, yeah.
No, of course.
It's a good thing I'm young.
And so Genevieve is. So I assume the boat is moving in a direction.
Yes.
Yeah. So Genevieve is going to head towards the lower deck, where the boat was coming from, on sort of the assumption where, like, if someone did fall overboard, that's where we'll see them.
Okay. You head down to the lower deck. And for the first 5 minutes, you don't see anybody or anything, except hulking shadows of cars and crates, and closed doors for the areas that have suitcases and luggage. But then this time, you both see the 8-foot-tall misshapen shadow lurching towards you from in front of you down the deck, with the same mournful, strange banshee cry.
That's what I saw. That's what I saw right before you. Okay.
Genevieve does not know how to process, so she just grabs Layla's arm and just like, all right, we're leaving. We're running away.
And Layla would eagerly follow along.
Okay. You head the other way around the deck, and both of you make dex checks, straight dex.
Oh no. Somehow I got an extreme success.
Nice.
I did okay.
Damn.
You got a hard success there, Rachel.
I did.
Nice. Yeah.
3 points away
Actually-
from an extreme. Dang.
Actually, if she spends the 3 points that she got for the award, it will be an extreme success, I think.
I will do that. Thank you, Mike.
Nice.
Another figure comes tearing out of the fog towards you at top speed, legs pumping like a marathon runner, or like a sprinter, I should say. 5'6", wearing a hat, and almost crashes into both of you, but you both spin out of the way like ballerinas and manage to catch the person and stop them from hitting the side of the railing and pinwheeling overboard and trying to avoid hitting you. Layla on her own would have dropped him, but with Genevieve also having a critical success, you each grab an arm and he doesn't go over the side. He's hyperventilating and his eyes are huge and his pupils are exploded. He's one of the deckhands. You recognize Genevieve as Sean. His face is like chalk white, and it shouldn't be. It should be burned leather.
Okay. So Genevieve just thinks, oh, I was seeing things because I'm in a stressful situation. Are you okay?
And by the way, this was not the figure lurching at you. You ran the other way, and this guy came towards you from the other side.
Oh, okay.
I'm a doctor. Are you
He seems to
okay?
be hyperventilating and panicking. You could make a psychoanalysis roll, Layla, and calm him down.
While we do that, I just want to give a quick shout out to Dr. Fusion72. Doctor, thank you for the follow.
Nice.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I definitely failed, and I blame my previous experience. I'm so caught up in my own head that I'm unable to evaluate him.
You can roll it too, Genevieve. And because he knows you, you can roll with a bonus die, even though I know your chances are low.
Question.
Yes, my psychoanalysis is 1. Let's find out.
Not that
That's really
far
close.
off! Wow! Oh no!
How close did we get?
Okay.
Within 10
10?
points, literally.
I would save the luck and roll one of you roll persuasion, but you'll need to roll a hard success.
Oh, don't forget you get that bonus. Bonus.
Oh
die
yeah,
also.
bonus die. You never know.
I failed that.
Oh, not you. Sorry, Genevieve gets the bonus
Oh.
die because knowing the person.
What does the bonus die do?
On the roll where it's got the 2 things at the bottom, where it says
Like the top one.
Delayed roll.
yeah, delayed roll. The top one is bonus. The bottom is penalty. Although they do the same thing.
Yeah, basically reveals another die roll.
Alright, so I just say click to roll.
Yep.
Here we go.
It was a 48 that time, so no.
48?
no
Okay.
help.
Yeah.
Let's do a persuasion from either of you can go first.
Oh, I am good at persuasion.
Nice.
No.
Yay!
Did we get a hard success?
No.
Close.
Okay, so go ahead and roll Layla. If you get a normal success, you'll succeed. You won't need a hard if you work together.
You would like me to roll
Persuasion. Yes.
Ha 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 ha.
Hooray!
30.
You
Hard
calm him
success.
down enough to be coherent, and he says, something came out of the water and pulled Ryan into the lake.
Uh,
Did you see what it was?
He describes the misshapen shadow you thought was chasing you. You both whip around, nothing.
What do we do to get the ship to go back to try and find your crewmate?
I will go find the captain. And so, like, Genevieve just doesn't want to think about the weird stuff that's happening right now, so she's just really gonna focus on saving Ryan.
We should go together, I think.
Yeah, of course, come on.
And we'll take the deckhand with us.
Genevieve, your other deckhand Ryan, and one of the passengers burst back into the cabin's deck with you. John. Out of breath, all talking over each other, but you get the story.
Whoa! What is going on here? Like, what's going on? You guys are out of breath? You look like you've literally seen a ghost. What's up?
Well, I just think it's really important to turn the boat around because one of your crew members has gone overboard and this is really thick fog, and if we don't find him right away, he could drown.
Okay, well, all right. I tell Conrad, take the wheel.
Before you do anything, okay, yeah, you could definitely have him take the wheel.
Yeah.
But if you turn this boat around in the fog, you might get lost. You got to make a captain's choice here. Because other weird things are happening. Your navigation's quit working. Stupid GPS, unreliable nonsense. Also, at this point, who's your cell phone provider for everyone except the captain? Captain's is Verizon.
I have.
Well, if the captain's Verizon,
AT&T.
I don't want Verizon. No,
The captain doesn't live on the island, remember?
Yeah, I have Verizon.
AT&T for the author. What about for Layla?
I have Google.
Okay. And Genevieve, you're the only one who gets a leg up because you've been here a week. You have Verizon because it's the only coverage that fully works on the island.
Okay, but I feel like she just has one of those old, like, mid-aughts flip phones.
Definitely,
Yes.
because why would you have rich things?
I
Or
mean,
fancy things, I mean.
we've all sworn vows of poverty. Like, I just
Functional
need something
only.
to... Mm-hmm.
Anyone who doesn't have Verizon has no signal at all. Those of you with Verizon, it's intermittently dropping to 0 bars and going back to 2 or 3.
Yeah, what else is new? Okay.
Well,
He's just like, oh.
And yeah,
I don't
if
have
any of
any
you
signal.
tried to pull up a navigation app for some reason, it wouldn't be able to figure out where you were at. Like, the app works, but it can't pinpoint your location.
Proceed to the route. Proceed to the route.
Yes.
Proceed to the route.
So you're
I've
navigating
already
off.
arrived.
So you're navigating off memory, Captain.
Yep.
But if you turn around and start just going back and forth through the archipelago, it's a good way to get lost. Then again, you'd be leaving crew behind.
ooh,
So you give your co-pilot the wheel, and what do you do?
ooh, giving me a hard decision here, man.
Hmm.
Right
Stop
now,
the
I'm
ferry.
responsible for a full ship for a full ferry of people currently. I know this will sound bad, but I think we should go to the island and get the Coast Guard involved. Right now, my communication equipment is not working. And judging by from the reaction, whatever you guys have seen, something must have seriously startled you, and I don't want to put the rest of these people in danger. So I think we should go back to the island and get the Coast Guard involved.
The North Lighthouse does have 2 Coast Guard crew.
To be fair, I think the fog was playing tricks on us, and it's just the stress of having lost a crew member overboard. Yes. So I we're all right. We're just stressed, and we all need to take a moment.
Do you guys need a glass of water of some sort?
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Something to kind of
I
calm
could
nerves?
use some water. Could I make a survival roll to sort of estimate how long someone in the middle of foggy water can survive and tread water?
Knowing the area, you don't even need to roll it with your current level. You realize there's only one direction of 8 he could go to take him into the deep part of the lake. Any of the 7 other directions, he'll hit one of the archipelagos. You can just sit there until someone finds him when the fog lifts.
Okay, so I'm pretty okay with his decision to ask
Yeah.
the Coast Guard for help.
Odds are he will be fine for at
Okay.
least a day.
Okay. I respect that decision making, and I will not object to it.
What about hypothermia?
It is August or what? October.
It's late October, but the lows around this time of year will fall into the high 30s. His clothing with the little fire he could start with the Zippo they all carry because they're sailors would be okay. It'd be like really cold camping, but you wouldn't die of exposure unless he was hurt. Then maybe. So the decision is made to carry on. I'm going to need a power roll from each of you. Captain last. So we're going to start with Aubrey.
Oh, even me?
Yep. This is not a sanity check.
Okay.
Hour.
Regular success, 44.
Okay, Steve, or actually Ever, please track the numbers, and when we're done, tell me who rolls the lowest.
What was the number again?
44 for Aubrey.
Okay.
You can go ahead and go next. Barney.
51.
All right, Layla.
Alright. 66.
Genevieve.
Okay. 50.
And Josh. Power roll.
Power roll.
Wow.
Epic fail.
All right, so that sounds like the 44 wins, which is Aubrey.
That was the lowest total roll, yeah.
Okay. So, go ahead and make a pilot roll again, Josh.
Okay. pilot.
Yep.
Regular success.
Oh, you turned off my song.
Oh no. I just merely switched.
What's going on?
We're readjusting the music volume.
Gotcha.
Me personally and Steve for the stream. This one has a real quiet intro, but I think you can hear it now.
I bumped it up a little bit.
Yep. You can probably bump that one up pretty high. You'll be okay, comparatively.
It's string, so something's about to happen.
There's a sequence of bumps all at once. Jared, it's like getting in the ice lane on the bridge, the Mackinac Bridge. For the rest of you, it's like hitting, drifting into the wake you up part of the lane on the highway, and it vibrates and makes the noise. Only this is just the vibration. The wheel spins out of control, but the pilot is able to grab it and use all of his skill to keep it. Like, he puts a leg on it, and his muscles are bulging, but he holds it straight, and he's like, there's no sandbar there. And then after you hit the last bump, there's a little drop, like you're going back in the water all the way. And just for a second, you think you hear a child's voice whisper, "Mommy," and it echoes through the boat.
Is that towards me?
No, that's everyone. It's just like a faint, fading echo. Except for one of you, you don't hear "Mommy," you hear your name.
Does it sound like Lainey?
Did you guys hear something?
Doesn't sound like your child at all, no, Layla.
I swore I heard something.
No, I heard it too.
Something. Does anyone here have kids?
Not with me.
I don't know.
Barnabas is preparing his Yelp review for the ferry ride. It's like, not worst ferry ride ever.
It's one of those haunted ferry rides. It's this new thing.
Well, we know who's getting thrown off the boat first.
That's not funny to joke about, Captain.
It's almost like there was a pressure change. You're sure it's fine. Because you can see the lighthouse light spinning, and it hits you, and then it goes back around, and it hits you, and it goes back around, and it's like a silver color, but the fog is filtering it. So you pulled the tug into so basically these tugs are like the Mackinac ferry ones, where you can actually back them into each other and they bump into each other to make a solid line, Jared.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually run it into the shoreline at a slow speed. It's designed for that. You won't ground it.
Okay.
You're like, yeah, we lost a dude. There's no time for finding the dock. We're gonna get off here, and you can open the front ramp.
Yep, and that's what I do.
And you all pile out and immediately follow the captain, who says, "Hey, come this way." Turns. So the lighthouse is over here off to your east, if you were looking inward to the island across the shore, right? The captain takes you west, and after like 30 yards, you hit a road that's well-maintained gravel. And you can see the outlines of houses in the fog coming out. None of them have lights on, though.
Is everybody going, or just a select?
Yeah, this is all of you. This is everyone who is on board, unless you choose not to and stay on the creepy boat in the fog alone.
He's like, what's happening? What's going on? He's completely oblivious to everything that's been going on. So he's just like, we're not there yet, are we?
You turn around, and you see the two ladies are gone. The local's like, I'm getting off, and the security guard is freaking out. You don't know why, ignoring you.
Okay. then.
Security guard's
Pack
over
up the
there,
laptop.
security guard's over there whispering to herself, taking deep breaths.
Genevieve is quietly praying for the safety of the person who fell overboard.
Yes. And so you all exit and follow the captain, I assume.
Yeah.
And he takes you into
Captain's
town. And the first thing you notice is you come up on the first house. Something is wrong here. Because all the lights are off. And all the doors are open, just swinging in this light breeze. And there's no people anywhere. There's a car in the road, and the door's open, and no one's in it. And it's off, like it's dead. It's like it just kind of rolled to a stop and the person got out and left.
Where are we?
The fog lifts just enough for you to look around, which should be the north side of town where there should be 300 people. The island has 500 regulars, 300 north, 200 south. But the fog lifts just enough for you to see all the houses surrounding you. All the doors are open. All the lights are off.
Well, something's definitely
And there's
fishy.
no people.
What's going on here, Captain? You took us to Roanoke?
Took you
You
to
know-
the same place you were going.
Things happen like
I don't know
this
what else
all
is going on
throughout
here.
history. It tends to be like a mass hysteria.
And then
or
from
even
behind you,
mass
I'm sorry, off to your
hallucination.
left, behind, there's a fenced yard there. You can't see the side of the fence because it's a wood slat fence. Very well maintained white, but still, it's a wood slat fence. You hear a voice as if it's coming from a ruined throat. Way too deep. Very inhuman say, "I'm coming for you, mommy." And that's where we pause until next week.
Ah!
No. I don't want that. No.
No.
Oh, let's go to 1 o'clock. No, that's not fair. That was getting good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love it.
What an intro.
Yeah, what a cliffhanger. Holy Jesus.
Well, that's all the yellow poetry we have. It's time for this week's Scare Fans. But have no fear. Chapter 2 will carry on the tale of the lurking silence next Sunday. As for other terrifying tales you can enjoy with us, you can catch me, Eldritch Echoes, online as GM on Tuesday. Our Chronicle of Darkness, No Time for Reality. Episode, I have no idea, 9, 10? We skipped 2 weeks to do a Kickstarter, so we're returning. Come check it out. Then on Thursday, playing undoubtedly the Broken Magic user in Kimchi's Chilling Chronicles of the Black Void. We have awesome adventures Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays, Cyberpunk Red, with the esteemed Eric in charge. It will be amazing. Session 2, including Michelle Light, Dixie Cyanide. Come check it out. Wednesday, Pugmire, How the Pirates Stole You Time. Getting closer to Christmas. And Friday, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Come check out our website, vorpaltales.com. Links to all our social medias there, our calendar. Come hang out on our Discord and our Patreon. You can learn all about us and all the cool things we do. Secrets of Carcosa, beginning with Rachel. Let the viewers know the next show they can catch you in with us, and other things you do outside of Vorpal Tales that are awesome that we can go check out.
Oh, yeah. Hey, so I'm Rachel. She, her, stolen fire pretty much everywhere. I am in a Scarred Lands game every other Wednesday on Plastic Age Place, and I run a Changeling game on Thursday nights at the Onyx Path game. Yeah, it's really fun. It's a generational game because I think that's a really cool part of Changeling. So I'm just diving right into that. Yeah, I do a lot of RPG writing, editing. You can find me on Storyteller's Vault. I'm expanding into Miskatonic Repository. So I
Nice.
should have my first title up pretty soon. It's going to be Byzantine Cthulhu.
Ooh.
I like it. I'll probably buy it.
Ooh,
Thank you.
not gonna lie, that sounds interesting.
Not a lot of that.
Yeah, no, and it's such an amazing setting. So yeah, follow me on Stolen Fires to find out how that's going. And I had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you for inviting me to join your group. This has been really cool. Really great experience.
Yeah, seamless integration. We love having you. You're here forever now. You can never escape being such
I mean, I would expect nothing less from a horror channel.
And I've been Eric at Marone Recluse on Twitter. You can find me gaming here tomorrow for the conclusion of the Cyberpunk Red 2-shot.
Hello, I am Steve. Tonight I was playing Aubrey. You can find me tomorrow playing in Eric's awesome Cyberpunk Red game.
Hey everybody, I have been Dr. Layla Safir Farouk, and I am now going to be Ever, whose pronouns are now again they, them. You can find me all over the internet as Changeling Ever in every single perfectly precise
Ran out of
Delicious.
punctual
Out of adjectives.
the tale that Vorpal Tales has to offer.
That happens when I don't polish the phylactery.
Oh, jeez.
You can find me. My name is Snipe at Snipes262, pretty much everywhere on the internet. And I only play on Sundays, so you will see me next week on this show.
And
Hopefully,
bacon.
my captain survives.
And bacon.
Bacon. Tell them about bacon.
Oh yeah, lots of bacon.
Jared is also in our Bacon and Zombies
Oh, yeah,
Sunday
that's
morning
right. I forgot about that.
7 Days to Die actual video game play with Sean.
Yeah, I'm also on that, so if you want to catch me there, kudos.
And now for our Ride or Die viewers.
So.
Yep. And now for our Ride or Die viewers. Votes. All players get to vote for any other player for any reason. Doesn't have to be something cool. It can just be because they like their face. In this game, your votes are worth one of two things. Either 10 luck points, meaning you don't have to roll, you just get the full 10. It doesn't allow you to also roll, it overrides it, gives you the max. Or, one free raise attempt on a skill of your choice as if you had leveled it up.
Whoa.
So, let's begin with Rachel. This will be you won't be first every week, just on the spot this one.
You're a guest right now.
Unless you're not ready, and then we can go to Eric.
What am I voting for?
And pick
Favorite
one of
player.
the other players and vote for them for whatever reason anyone would be.
Like if it was
Something
a
you
funny
like they
joke
did,
or like
yeah.
a good line or
Good moment with role playing because they were your RP buddy, anything you want.
Yeah, I mean, I had some really great interactions with Ever, so I'm voting for Ever.
Sold.
I'm actually gonna vote for Rachel because she has a very interesting character, and I liked her interactions as well with Deborah's character. So
Well, thank you.
I also am gonna vote for Rachel, because being the new person to the group, you came in like seamlessly and really
Yeah.
were able to kind of almost take lead, and that's really cool. So yeah.
You.
I'm gonna do the same for all of the above reasons, but also that really badass intervention with the guy being kind of xenophobic. Like that was great.
done.
My favorite, honestly, yeah, I think Rachel really swept the board tonight. I really liked her interaction with,
You
with,
guys!
yeah, I know, right?
We got a lot.
Clean
Gonna get
sweep.
a lot of luck points.
With Layla over there, but I also liked Barnabas's like super snobby author type, like, oh, I'm a better writer than you.
I'm really excited for Eric's character. Like,
That's gonna go places when he starts losing his mind.
it's gonna be so awesome.
That Yelp review though.
All right, Rachel, you've got a week to decide at the beginning of the next session if you want luck points or some raises. We'll do, and then Everett also will ask you at the beginning.
Neat. Thank you so much.
But for now, dear Scare viewers, we leave you to your nightmares and your not so sweet dreams. Until next week, when we descend into the Demimond once again. Good night.
Nighty night.